And we are live. We'll just let some people come in, because this is kind of a, you know what I'm saying. I didn't even make the thumbnail till like 8 minutes ago, so
Hmm.
a lot of people weren't aware that we were going live. So let me go open the comments. Um, yo, I'm trying to see what the comments said. What's good, y'all? If y'all can hear us, put up one or something in the chat. Okay, okay. We're gonna let some more of y'all, some more people come in. What's good, Halima? Slade, what's good? Musical Charm, SST Fran, what's good with y'all? We're gonna let some more people because we know this kind of impromptu live, so we'll let some more people get in. Gen X, what's good? Um, I'm trying to. I'm in the wrong. Okay, we'll let it get about 50 and we'll get started.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we appreciate y'all for stepping in. You know, we normally do these on Saturday, but since we couldn't do it, we didn't want to leave y'all high and dry. So we back on a Monday, to chop it up and talk about some stuff that we, missed during the week. And if y'all
Hmm.
have any topics, let us know. But some of the stuff we're going to talk about while everybody coming in is, of course, Kendrick's continued run on Billboard. Um, the aftermath from first week numbers for Drake and Party's album, the ASAP Rocky not guilty verdict, we said Jay-Z in his case,
Hmm.
formerly Reason TDE, discussing his reasons as to why he did what he did to assist him in getting off TDE. Yeah, and I guess whatever else we can think of in the moment. But before we, get into anything, how you doing, DJ? I ain't talked to you today, man.
Yeah, man. Been kind of busy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, really just had to do a lot of the parental duties by myself today.
Hmm.
Because Sania had jury duty.
Okay, so she was on the ASAP Rocky case.
Bruh, maybe. I don't know. Then I had to take Kobe to baseball practice after. Had to
Okay,
get my had to get my coach on a little bit today. So
man, I've been straight on coaching for a little while. It's
yeah,
once
man.
you get into it, it was like, bro, this a whole nother world. Like it's so intense. Then they like five.
Yeah, man. Like just trying to really keep them focused on like one thing at a time is just it's a
Yeah.
lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah. What's up, Danny? Unapologetic was good. I think that's pretty much everybody else that came in that said something. As you're coming in, be sure to hit the like button to push it out further because we did kind of just spring this up on y'all. It hadn't been sitting as far as like alive to let people know that we was going live tonight. Shout out to Lachey, who was also a member. Shout out to the mods, as I already said. But uh Jenny said while we wait, yep, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, it's appreciated.
Yep,
D
yep.
Willis, what's good? Yeah, man. I think it's enough given the impromptu nature of it. Where you want to start?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they'll file in, so it's all good. Um, I guess we'll start with the shortest of topics. Get that out the way, man. Congratulations to ASAP Rocky, man.
Hey,
He was able to beat that fraudulent ass case, man. Man,
yeah, most definitely. Shout out to ASAP. And also congratulations are actually in order because he announced he's the first ever creative director with Ray-Ban. So
ooh, okay,
um that was one of the deals that he said he had on the table, which is why he did not want to plead guilty because he
okay,
had on the table. So as soon as he got announced, got acquitted,
yeah,
that brand deal was released. Well, not even a brand deal. It's like he got an actual job, like the first ever creative director at Ray-Ban. So
That's
that's what's up.
fire, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fire. Did you
Bro,
see his reaction
I
when
was about to ask you, I swear to God. My boy turned into a superhero because he told my boy said, I believe I can. Yeah, that song was crazy. I was
I ain't gonna,
watching it on Money Channel. Shout
okay.
out.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I had $1 billion woman and I just beat a case, I'm jumping the whole suit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
Because I'm pretty sure at one point in time, hey, she probably called him a fuck up.
Yeah,
So he's like, I
pretty sure.
told you, man, I ain't do it, man. I told you. You know, so I'm glad he's able to be at home, especially with from what we when we did our like readings of the trial 3 days in, we was like, yeah,
Yeah, this some bullshit.
it's some bullshit. Except really, it's not a credible. He's just not credible on like how you go back after the fact and find shell casings like that doesn't make sense, and the police didn't find them and all the other stuff that we saw when we was reading it.
Like,
Yeah, this shit don't make no sense, bro.
if that was a legit crime scene, you just destroyed the crime scene at that point.
Tamper
Like,
with evidence. I'm
yeah,
pretty
so
sure.
I'm just like they just throw your whole case out at this point. I'm like, get out of here, bro. Like, did ASAP Rocky countersue him?
I don't think that was an actual criminal case. That
Okay,
wasn't.
okay.
That was an actual criminal case. He was risking going to jail for 24 years, if I'm not mistaken.
So what happens with the guy with Redley? Like, what happens to him in this situation? Other
Nothing.
than his credibility just shot.
Nothing.
That's fucked up. Well,
Yeah.
well, speaking of somebody catching repercussions of the bullshit that they did, Jay-Z not playing no games with Mr. Buzbee, bro.
Yeah, sued his ass, didn't it? Didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he sued his ass for defamation, a libel and defamation, and it was something else he sued him for. But now, yeah, he went immediately as soon as like they threw his case out, he immediately sued him right back. So I'm interested.
Pull it up.
Yeah, like I'm interested to see how that shit go. Cause Jay-Z was like, bro, nah, stand on all 10 toes, bro. Like if y'all say I did this shit and I got proof, go ahead. Let's take it to trial. I'll stand on it. And he did just that. So
let's pull it up real quick. We got an article from Vibe, so let me pull
okay.
this up quick. Okay. Hold on. Let me get it situated. Hold on, let me get it together. And peace to everybody that's coming into the chat. Be sure to hit the like button on your way in. It helps us push it out to more people because this is an impromptu chat. So Jay-Z rape lawsuit dismissed, sues Tony Buzbee for defamation. As he quotes, the trauma that my wife, children, and loved ones and I have endured can never be dismissed. Like Jay-Z don't seem like the type of guy to like take a loss, anything, or like take this type of aggression as anything other than personal. So it says a lawsuit claiming that Jay-Z raped 13-year-old girl in 2000 has been legally dismissed. Variety confirms that the report filed by Tony Buzbee back in December of 2024 accusing both Jay and Diddy of sexual assault was voluntarily dismissed with prejudice on Valentine's Day, meaning that the refiling can't be refiled as is. All parties involved agreed to the ruling, but it should be noted that the outspoken attorney has yet to release a statement regarding the decision.
Oh, I bet.
Still, Jay-Z and Roc Nation issued a statement about their victory, in quotations, with the rapper bringing forth new harrowing details that he and his family faced after the lawsuit. Yada yada. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. When they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. Sean Carter's statement continued, the system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused. So, yeah, falsely accused equally. Let me see. I'm not finna keep reading all this. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, and I'm about to say that's a win for Diddy too, because Diddy was mentioned in that case too, and it was dropped for him too. So that's like another thing he ain't got to worry about.
Yeah, so it does speak on Diddy. Say as for Diddy, he's still facing a plethora of other lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault, traffic anymore. Sean Combs is currently behind bars as he awaits trial May 5th, 2025. This seems a little racially like charged a little bit. I don't know if I'm like dragging it, but like how they got the victory in air quotes and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Like this, bro, this is vibe. Like when did vibe not, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean that is at the end of the day, that is a win for Jay-Z. On some level, it is also a win for P. Diddy, but we'll see how his case goes to see if he's ultimately acquitted of any wrongdoing in the greater case outside of this civil suit.
Because
Um,
even if Diddy get off on like all the sexual assault stuff, like it's still like drugs and gun charges all over that shit. So
yeah,
he not getting away scot free. Like he gonna have to serve some time for something. So I mean, either way, just in the Jay Z case, I'm glad that like when you know you innocent and you standing on something, you know what I'm saying. And when in his case, he got the money and resources to back it up.
yeah,
Go ahead. I dare you. You know what I'm saying? And then this guy, Tony Buzbee, he's known for doing these type of cases. Like that's what he's known for. So he called his bluff immediately because a
yeah.
lot of his cases, from what I saw, don't even make it to trial. It's just like a big, like, just like excitement piece almost. Just like he just
He's
lived.
probably. Hold on. You can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of lived for like the drama and yeah, the dramatization of a lot of accusations and things like that. And I don't know, man. I just don't see how people really take somebody like that seriously, just to be honest. But ultimately, I kind of once we start reading through a little bit of it, just like with the ASAP Rocky stuff, a lot of the stories didn't make sense. The girl didn't recognize Diddy. The girl didn't recognize um, Jay Z. They was at two different places, and the dad didn't remember this. And it was just a lot of shit that kind of just fell through the cracks before it
Yeah.
even made it to trial. Like, just
And the
I'm
top
glad,
house, they don't really have those in the place that she say that she was taken to. So, and
right?
then dad was like 5 hours away or some shit like, or her home was 5 hours away. So it was
Then
just
the other celebrities that she supposedly met with and talked with at the party wasn't even in that state at the time of the incident and all this other stuff. So it's just like, come on, dog.
yeah,
Like,
it makes it hard for people who are actually victims because you have individuals like this, looking to extort people. And I don't know if you know this, but Busby, my bad, hold on. Busby, he didn't apply for admission into I think it's for the Absol was talking about it on stream, but like he just got kind of like he gotta reapply for all of the cases that he's running, I think in the Southern District of New York,
mhm,
because he never actually applied for admission in any of those cases. So now he's in a whole nother situation, and it's not like super duper bad. He just got to actually put in the application for all of the cases that he's trying to run. But
mhm.
let me see what's going on in the chat.
And shout out to Elsa, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I'm not able to keep up with like actual news sources and sites, bro,
Yeah,
Elsa be on it. She go live there every day. She got court documents. She going into details. She breaking it down. So when I'm able to catch them lives, like I be in there. So I be watching. So shout out to Elsa, man, for real.
I told her this morning. I was like, we're all smarter, like from these live streams, because it's so much shit going on in the world that it's hard enough. But like she able to compile especially all of the legal stuff and bring the facts,
Hmm.
um, and just create a space to comfortably consume that shit.
Hmm.
Uh, but Unapologetic said he should have paid that 12K up front, which was the amount for all of the cases, to have the proper credentials, apps of voice, biscuit
Biscuit
head.
head.
Shout out to Dan. Shout out to Danny for the first super chat, just a donation to keep the lights on. Much appreciated. As you can see, it's
Yeah.
some bright ass lights in here. So
Hmm.
any and every contribution is much appreciated. So shout out to
Yeah.
Danny for being the first super chat of the evening.
Hmm.
And one of the sponsors of tonight's chat. Let's see. Lily the Bombshell says that's alarming. I wouldn't be surprised if he won more than a few cases off blackmail. Absolutely. Anytime that reputation for public figures on the line, sometimes they'll buckle and they'll be like, I'd
Mhm.
rather just settle out of court than have my name smeared by this. So that's
Mhm.
it's not at all um a foreign thing to be happening. So he's probably won a lot of um cases. Well, just got a lot of money in settlements from getting people to buckle before the actual
Mhm.
proceeding start. Let me see. Let me see. Takia Smith, shout out to her. She said Diddy has a long way to go. That is a fact.
Mhm.
Uh, let me see. Yeah, Jay-Z said bet. Okay. How was he even allowed to still practice law if this is stuff he's known for? Make that make sense. I will tell you that there are people who make a very huge career off of settlement hustling. If you from
Mhm.
the South, I know you heard of Alexander Shanar. Like a lot of big attorneys like make their bones, especially like civil
Mhm.
like attorneys who participate in a lot of civil suits because a settlement is a win still, and you
Mhm.
able to put that money um as a part of your resume. We've cleared so much money in settlements, so that's
Like
that's
he
that's
literally
not a
has
thing. Yeah.
he literally has billboards with the number of how much money that he's made or gotten people in settlements. Like it'd be like in the tens and like almost 100 millions to be honest, but I know it'd be like in the tens to 20s to 30, and it'd be going up gradually.
Mm.
Let's say it's down in the Dixie, is he in the check? I know he know. You gotta know. But yeah, I
Uh,
ain't
shout
see
out,
him in here yet.
shout out to SS. I just got the notification that you went live, even though I've been in the chat from the beginning of the YouTube. Yeah, man. I think it's probably because I was so late setting the live up because I just got home. DJ had stuff going on. Like I
Hmm.
probably should have set the live up this morning before I went to work.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So y'all probably weren't notified ahead of time. So or you didn't it didn't come up in your feed throughout the day. So I think that's probably yeah, because Gen X Gemini said Patreon is better about notifications. That's a fact. Anytime you do anything, it is an immediate notification on Patreon. So I think it's probably because it's such a huge platform being YouTube to where it don't work as much or work as
Hmm.
fast as it could. But yeah, man, if you can hit the notification bell to, be notified as much as possible whenever we drop content or go live. Gen X said, I'm telling y'all, this was his case to bolster his run for judge and some other office. Yeah, taking down a big name like Jay-Z and did it at the same time, that
Hmm.
definitely would have made him look big. And he had like 60 cases against Diddy. So like, yeah, he was going. This was his Fanny moment. Um, and it just didn't work because I think sometimes being overzealous like this end up blowing up in your face, and that's
Hmm.
why and that's why he looking stupid. Taking down Diddy and J. Yep, yep, yep. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so what we going to next? What we going to next, DJ?
Um, shit. I mean, you want to now that I guess we off the legal shit. I mean, I guess we can go into rap now.
Okay. Give me
Yeah.
1 second. Let me pull up Billboard. Take this down. Watch out. But yeah, the Billboard conversation is gonna be twofold. I know a lot of y'all don't necessarily like Aubrey, but but
Lawbrery.
before a second, we are going to discuss the numbers and the pros and cons of the numbers from his album. Party in his album, Some Sexy Songs for You,
Hmm.
and what that means for music going forward and Drake as an artist. So let's see what we got.
Because I'm not
Well,
gonna lie to you, I kind of like I didn't think his numbers was gonna be where they were. I kind of underestimated his pool still, um, among the masses, and I'm starting to see like the stands really champion and going hard for him and trying to make streaming forms and bot forms to boost the sales of the album. And I just kind of underestimated how far people are willing to go for the celebrities that they champion. So He did better than I expected him to. I will say that. So I'm giving props for that at least.
Okay. And shout out to Rain of April. Hey, good evening. We are the Cypher. What's good, Rain?
What's
Peace to
up?
you. Be sure to hit the like on the way in. But since the Hot 100 came up first, we are going to discuss the Hot 100.
Hmm.
And wow, okay, so Kendrick has one, two, three, and this is
Three.
for this week, the week of the 22nd. He has last week. So not like us at number one. Luther with Sills at number two. TV
Hmm.
off featuring Lefty Gunplay at three. Squabble up at five. And at 10, 30 for 30 with Scissors. So that's what, five songs
Mm.
in the Billboard Hot 100 top 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this is the surge coming off of the Super Bowl because the week prior it was at 15, and
Yeah.
now it's at one, and it has had 40 total weeks on the chart. So this is a huge song, man. It's coming up on a year of being on the chart, and that's just huge for Kendrick Lamar, especially for people saying, you don't have hits, this, that, and the third. It was like, well, hopefully hearing Not Like Us and some of these other songs as they start to dominate the charts will incentivize you to go back and look through the rest of his catalog and see that he really got a bunch of good ass music and a lot of hit records throughout his catalog, going back from Section 80 all the way to now. And that's why he was able to do a set like the Pop Out.
And I mean,
That's
but people try to discredit it though because they keep saying that he only got a number one because he was dissing Drake and things like that. Like he ain't had a number one before. But I mean, they
yeah,
try to they try to discredit it like the only reason he got number one is because he was dissing Drake. And I'm just like,
yeah, and this
I'm
is
not.
his um and this is his sixth number one. So
Mm-hmm.
like he's been here before. Like it's not just something that's new to him. Like I could understand if this is his first number one, then it'll be a
Mm-hmm.
different conversation. I'm trying to see if we can get the projections for the week of the 1st of March because this is last week. So I'm trying to get the projections. Um let me see. Well, let's just go to the Billboard 200 albums. And then we'll work our way back if we can find the projections.
Gen X still number one.
Gen X, number one. Last week it was 4, so it got a bump up to, and last week was the week of the 15th, not the week of the 22nd, because these are for the week of the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Last week it was 4. It's had 12 weeks on the chart. Peaked at number 1 and it's back. Sizzle, SOS is number 2. The Weekend is 3. Bad Bunny is 4. Chaperone, Billie Eilish. So Drake not on the Billboard 200 as of last week. So we need the one from this coming week.
Wait a minute. Wait. I thought they said the Billboard chart is the one that matters, right? That's the
I
one
know,
Drake got
but
all
I
the.
don't think the album is listed. I don't think it's counting on this one. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm just saying,
The
like the way they were saying, like since Drake got so many Billboard awards, and they the ones they really factoring in the music, that's the one that count instead of the Grammys. Like the Grammys
oh,
don't
okay.
count.
I mean, but you can't run. You can only twist the narrative so many times. But yeah, Gen X, Damn is at 9. Good Kid, Mad City is at 10. So he has 3 albums in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. And SZA right there sitting Coles at number 2. So let me see if I can get the current one. Okay, let's see what's on the global 200.
Oh, come on, bro.
Number 1 again. We got Luther at 4 featuring SZA, TV off at 8, and All the Stars at 10. Squabble up at 14. Let's just go to 20. Okay. So I gotta get to the new projection because I gotta see uh where Drake's at. Cause is it Hot 100? I don't know. I just need the current week. I don't know how to get to it. If somebody got the okay, shout out to AZ Chike and Kendrick for Peekaboo going platinum.
Okay.
That's a big
Okay.
accomplishment for AZ Chike. That's his first platinum record, and that should, put a bigger light on him because I think he's about to drop. I know he just dropped a song, and I think he shot at Joy Badass for shooting at Kendrick. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, the West is behind Kendrick and creating great ass music in the process. And this is completely aside from everything we're talking about, but Um, probably like a month ago, we asked y'all, did y'all want like a real deep dive on the album Damn from Kendrick Lamar?
Mhm.
Do y'all still want that? Because if we do it, it's gonna be like 5 episodes. Um, like we'll split it into maybe 5 concepts or 5 separate themes or something like that, and
Mhm.
then release those episodes in that fashion. Kind of like how Dissect do, but not with so much video aspect. It'll just be us kind of chopping it up like we did with the Super Bowl breakdown. Okay, y'all still on board.
I see you,
Better,
Jeanette. She said, "The fuck."
okay. I just wanted to check before we put 30 man hours into it. We just want to make sure
Mhm.
y'all gonna pull up. But yeah, we'll definitely do it. We'll definitely get to it. Because I want to do some deep dives like that. I think I want to do one for Chromacopia too.
Mhm.
Um, and any other albums that we feel like are significant enough to where we're willing to put like multiple episodes into breaking the album down and not just one episode where we're actually, deciphering it. We want to like strip it down even more than that and kind of talk about some songs in deeper detail as well, as opposed to just the album. Let me see. Drake goes number 1 on Billboard. Um, I'm trying to pull him up because okay, so they be talking like Drake just got for Drake to have double the albums that Kendrick has and twice the music. He only has twice the amount of number ones. Like Kendrick got 6, he got 13. It's not just so outlandishly uh space between them based on the amount of music that they have. Okay. I guess we'll just read on this because I can't find the the 29th projection.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, we'll just read up on this, and this is from the New York Times. Hold on, they trying to get me to pay. I can't do that. Drake returns to number 1 with Party Next Door. Their collaborative album, Some Sexy Songs for You, opens the top Billboard 200, unseating his foe Kendrick Lamar's Gen X for one day, um, which surged after the Super Bowl halftime show. And this was written, I can't see the date. Okay, February
February.
24th.
Shit, that was
Newsflash, Drake's
today.
music is not dead. Although the Canadian rapper, the longtime prince of streaming, was badly pummeled in a diss track war with Kendrick Lamar last year. And 2 weeks ago, Kendrick performed Exhibit A of their fight, The Vicious Not Like Us, at the Super Bowl halftime show. Drake's latest album has sailed to number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Some Sexy Songs for You, a collaborative album with the singer and producer Party Next Door, with scant reference to Drake's feud with Lamar, was released on Valentine's Day and opens up at the top of the latest chart. It had the equivalent of 246,000 sales in the United States, including 287 million streams and 25,000 copies sold as a complete package, according to the tracking service Luminate. It is his 14th title to go number 1, counting collaborative releases, which ties him with Jay-Z and Taylor Swift for the most albums by a solo act to reach the top of Billboard chart. Yada 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 yada. Yada. Okay, so now that we have gotten to a point of understanding about Drake going number 1 again, I
Mhm.
have a question,
Yeah.
or I have something I want to say. Drake did 246. DJ, what did For All the Dogs do first week?
Shit, like 200, 200
Mm,
something.
no. I did
Yeah.
400.
Oh shit, I'm way off. Okay.
So when you look at it from that perspective, even though it went number 1 and did 240, it did like 60% of the first week from For All the Dogs.
Mhm.
So we could still like this is still a fall off from where he was previously.
Right.
And it's kind of a big dip. So now we're gonna be looking at whatever solo offering he has and how that will fare. Because I remember they was calling GNX a flop for doing 320.
Exactly. Exactly.
And,
But
and that was a surprise album. and this album's
And
been softly promoted for 5 months.
I mean, but of course, the people like it's like the system is still against Drake, and that's why his numbers were so low. If anything, this is so impressive because now he don't have the machine behind him, even though the machine still promoted and pushed the project. He was all over everywhere, so it's not like he didn't get any type of promotion. But you can tell that I will say this: you can tell that the numbers match it. That clearly Universal, UMG has a job to do, which is to push and promote the big artists, the big acts, right?
Yep.
So that they're going through all this litigation and they maybe didn't push it as much as they would have done in the past. That lets me know that all the time leading up to this point, they were doing their job for Drake. So for him to be like with Kendrick being under UMG as well, for him to be like they was pushing the song and they were supposed to and things like that. To me, it just sounded like they were just doing what they were supposed to do for a big song. Like, and the fact that he's going against them because he just don't like the way it ended for him is some bullshit at the end of the day. Like, I don't care how y'all try to spin it, how y'all trying to, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And I really think the fact that the whole negotiation part got out about him and being renegotiating his contract and things like that, that was something that was just put out there to try to spin the narrative to make people feel sorry for him. But ultimately, that shit don't really matter at the end of the day because both artists were signed to the same level, same label, and both was having a big year at that point in time with the beef. Why wouldn't UMG take advantage of that? That makes no sense whatsoever. So this right here just further proves my point that Drake has no case to stand on. The fact that if he did the same numbers that he did without the push, then we got something to talk about. But the fact that his numbers dipped so much from his last project lets me know that you need that machine just as much as we think you need it. So, but of course, the Drake fans not go stands rather. They not gonna let that die down. They not go, you know, what I'm saying run with that kind of shit. So that's why they had all the streaming farms and trying to get people to promote the album because they feel as though UMG is not rocking with Drake, and that's just
So
ridiculous.
they need bots. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, the same thing that Drake said Kendrick was using, the same thing X said Kendrick was using. They was doing the same shit. So
And there's no proof of Kendrick doing this shit.
exactly. So it's just hypocrisy at the end of the day. That's all it is. And that's why ultimately, like, I know we gonna talk about it, but truthfully, I am sick of this shit. Just being honest. I am sick of talking about Drake. I'm sick of dealing with these dumbass fucking stands that keep on trying to twist dumbass narratives and insult my intelligence. I'm sick of all this shit. And they not going away, bro. If anything, they just piling up and getting stronger like a goddamn Megazord or some shit, bro. Like they not going nowhere, bro. So I don't know.
Of course not. They here to stay. I was watching. I watched like probably about 10 minutes. Curtis King has he started his like cultural meetups.
Mhm.
And they discuss like the emergence of super fandom, like in this social media age. And I
Yeah.
think that's where we at now.
Mhm.
So nah, they're not gonna go nowhere. Like Drake fans are like Drake super fans, because I think it's even beyond stands at this point. Like, um, what's his name? My bad. Justin Hunt. Shout out to the company, man. He referenced it as um a super fan is someone who is willing to spend money with you 7 ways.
Mhm.
And so when you have fans that are that committed to you and they believe you are the best, they're going to do whatever they can to affirm that in real life. So the fans are attempting to manifest, and this is every superstar or just big star has super fans, or just
Yeah, of
anybody
course.
like super
Yeah, of
fans. So
course.
we're in this space now with the advent of social media and people having voices that they're going to do whatever they got to do to keep the person that they, want to highlight at the top. And speaking
Mhm.
of, I want to talk about J. Cole, and I want to talk about Clouds. But before we do that, shout out to Lee Little Bombshell with a super chat. Do y'all think the industry is trying to push Dot out? I'm honestly disgusted by the blatant hypocrisy, KD, and lackluster support from his peers. Like, I guess we'll talk about this first.
Yeah.
Did how Okay, no, I don't think they're trying to push him out. He just signed a deal with the probably the biggest or the strongest label in music. So nah, I don't think he's going nowhere. And I don't think they're trying to push him out. I think there is a reluctance to support him because um I just think he carries a different type of energy that people don't necessarily want to get behind. And he's like walking in his power. Like he ain't really trying to kiss nobody ass. Like he putting hip hop first, and a lot of people who are in like positions as far as media and shit,
Hmm.
either they used to do what Kendrick do and they may not have gotten to where he got, or they did and like they're in the twilight of their career, so they see him coming up, so they feel slighted by that. Or it's people who did the exact opposite and just don't fuck with what Kendrick doing because it makes them feel like what they did is slighted, so they
Hmm.
fight back by projecting onto Kendrick. So it's weird. I think if people put hip hop first, they could get outside of their ego and just support whoever's doing what needs to be done for hip hop. But I think a lot of people have grown so much into their ego that they put how they feel and project their feelings onto um their opinions and making it more subjective than it needs to be. And a lot of hate comes with that. So yeah, man, I think if people decided to just be like, fuck it, bro, we just gonna if hip hop is healthy, we good. I think more people would get behind Kendrick because, and I also think a lot of people like, bro, like I'm from the streets, like I ain't really with this, that, and third, or I'm trying to go here, I'm trying to go to the club, I'm trying to get the quote unquote bitches and all this stuff, and just feel like they can't support that because it goes against what they initially leaning towards, and that's crazy. Shout out to Shivers. He says Kendrick prevents other artists from dropping their projects. Artists are losing money because of him. Um, Elaborate. Why you say that? I don't think he's preventing nobody from dropping their projects unless you saying um like he's creating such a big blast radius with his drops. I mean, but
It's kind of
anybody,
like what it's kind of like what Berg was saying about how with Kendrick shaking the narrative and changing things up with trying to put quality first and putting hip hop first, that people can't come out with the same cookie cutter copy and paste shit that Drake is normally known for, that people normally copy when they make their drops. Now y'all gotta really rap. Now y'all gotta really show what y'all can do to make a quality project. And and they don't like that. Like it's too much work for them. And I think that now, like all the last year, all the Drake supporters, like all the big name celebrities and things like that, didn't nobody come out and say shit for Drake last year. And Drake was dropping music left and right all last year. But now that Drake has a number one now with this album, now feels so like people who were trying to live through Drake or feel so they are like having a victory with him being number one. Now they feel emboldened to come back out and speak out. What I'm saying? Throw their little sneak shots and subliminals and shit, because now they boy is back on top. So now they
Mhm.
like, yeah, y'all can't say shit. Like he's still the guy, he's still the number one. So yeah, I'm gonna pop my shit because he popping his shit in spite of all the stuff y'all did to him. Like that's how I look at it. Especially people
Yeah.
like KD, like in his situation, like he don't like he is such a like negative Nancy in the sense that he's always talking shit about people. He's always like bitching and complaining because ultimately he don't get the respect in his own sport the same way Drake don't get the same respect in hip hop.
Hold
He
on,
don't
let
get
me
that.
let me respond to Buddy real quick. Hold on, real
Yeah,
quick. I'm gonna let you
yeah,
keep going.
yeah.
Kendrick didn't drop 1 month so Doecii could drop, then allowing Tyler to drop as well. Why does Kendrick have to allow anything? Like, okay, in the grand scheme of things, Kendrick is just one artist. Kendrick cannot
Right.
stop anybody from doing anything. If people are afraid to drop around the time he drops, that ain't got nothing to do with him, bro. That has
Yeah,
absolutely to do with Kendrick. You acting like Kendrick is able to push the button and say, "No, I'm not gonna let you drop." Kendrick can't do that. If anything, that's what they were saying Drake was doing. So, like,
exactly.
I'm not going. I'm not going for that. Let me see the other thing he said because he said something about and then we're gonna get to the super chats. He said let me see. Let me see. He said something else. I just want to he's only allowed when West Coast artists to drop. Once again, he cannot allow anything. And if he's putting on the West Coast, we should applaud that. Every other section puts on for their section, and they create, and the best ones of the group create a space for the other artists to come up in. Like that's like saying that Future didn't allow people from the West Coast or the third coast to drop because what he did enabled the artists from the South. That don't make sense. Like that's just like somebody just looking for something to be mad at Kendrick about. Kendrick can't make nobody drop, and he can't make nobody not drop. And if
That
they feel like, oh, Kendrick got the wave right now, I'm gonna sit on my release. Okay, that's just if Kendrick is dominating, every artist has done that. When Jay-Z when Jay-Z was in his heyday, when 50 Cent was on his mixtape run, he told the whole Rockefeller to tuck their music in until 50 Cent stopped. He said, y'all gotta tuck it in until 50 Cent run is over. That happens all the time, but it's not necessarily incumbent on the artist. It's just if somebody got the wave, you gotta either try to get in where you fit in, or you gotta wait till the tide go away. That ain't got nothing to do with the artist. That's just the artist being in a moment of people appreciating their greatness. I just wanted to say that, DJ. My
yeah.
bad for cutting you off, bro.
No, you
Like I
good.
just make sure because I didn't want that narrative to continue. But
Because I
go ahead.
mean, because like you said, that's the same thing that Drake has been at the top of the charts for doing for years. Like, did nobody want to drop when Drake was dropping?
If I'm not
Like,
mistaken, he's rapped about that in some of his verses.
exactly. He made niggas move their dates around because he just so popular and he's so damn big, but he can't like push a button and tell them no, you can't drop an album. Like, no, they just don't want to get around that and their numbers look bad compared to his. That's all it is. And really, I think really what he's looking at as far as the guy Shivers is, I think he kind of misinterpreting what's going on. Because you mentioned Doecii and you mentioned Tyler. Now, granted, Doecii is not West Coast, but she's West Coast adjacent in the sense that she on the West Coast biggest label, TDE, right now. And Tyler reps the West Coast. I think it is the fact that just the West Coast has the wave and the sound right now because they keep putting out quality bodies of work back to back to back to back to back. And I think people looking at it as like, you know what I'm saying, as a slight, but really they were just ready when the time was, when the time for it, they was ready to drop. That's all it
Yep.
is. So they just all the wishes just coming with back-to-back hits. You got Absol, you got Schoolboy Q, you got Doecii, you got Tyler, you got Rayvon is getting steam. Like it's so many West Coast artists right now that's just ready to drop. So you can't fault them for being ready to drop when everybody else from these different, coasts and waves and stuff, they not putting out shit that's hot. That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. Like the
Yeah.
West Coast just got the wave right now. That's all it is.
Yeah. Shout out to Kalina Rednecky. She said Lil Baby and Gunna dropped when Kenny dropped. Um,
Big Sean dropped too. Yep.
yeah,
I see
it's
that.
like, bro, a lot of music came out last year. Like
Yeah.
we're right now, we're doing the road to 100, discussing the 100 albums that dropped last year.
Yes.
It If you go back and look at the month of November and December, the music did not slow down around Kendrick's drop.
No, it
Kendrick
did.
got celebrated and he dominated the charts, but the music did not stop getting released. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear that narrative. Let me get to these super chats real quick, DJ, and then we'll keep
Yeah.
going with the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Shout
ahead.
out to T-Mac. He has two, he or she. I want to respect that. I enjoy your content so much, much appreciated. I'm looking forward to some sexy song for you, second and third week numbers. I'm assuming. What are your thoughts? Um, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a drop off.
It's already a
But
drop off.
yeah, because I know like the first day it came out, it was a 40-day drop from Friday to Saturday, and then I think it was another 20 or so percent from Saturday to Sunday. So I think it just had a big first day, and it's doing a lot of streaming because it's so many songs. And somebody was saying that like if we look at it, if we make GNX 24 songs instead of 12, it might have did 500,000. So like Drake knows how to play the game as far as streaming. Like you put a lot of songs on there, because the people who gonna listen to it, that runs the streams up of the album. So I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, he played the game, and um that's what people do who's trying to play the streaming game. Chris Brown do it all the time. And Travis Scott, he has found a way to microwave number ones, and then they have the like this last song that he put out. It had like the worst drop from a number one song in Billboard history in the last like 40 years or something crazy. But T Mac said clarification. I think the numbers for the album will crash, and that would be delicious. I think it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if it come back next week, maybe at just right at 100, if that, because I just
Mhm.
don't think he has a lot of staying power, and it doesn't seem like he has an objective hit on the
Yeah, he
project.
don't. He don't.
We'll see with the Billboard next week. Once the project, because I know they out. I just can't find them. So if y'all find the projections for the week of March 1st, put the link in the chat and I'll pull it up. But once those come out, we'll have a better idea of if any of the songs from the album are bubbling.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
mean,
see they
just
trying to push No Kill, but
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think it's going nowhere.
And it's so crazy to me that with this supposedly being an R&B album, right? The
Mhm.
biggest song that's getting the most traction and most buzz is the rap song that's on the album. Give Me a
Mhm.
Hug. That's the song that everybody goes to. And so that just lets me know, like I said before, the fact that Drake, you can't commit to a solid rap album. You can't commit to a solid R&B album. Like you gotta just do that shit because you're not really in tune enough to give a complete body of work, in my opinion. At least not recently. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm not gonna shit on his whole discography. I'm just not gonna do that. Like, because there's still albums in his earlier catalog that I still listen to, but as far as this most recent run from, I mean, you could take, let's say, Scorpion on forward, but I'm just say from Dark Lane Demos on forward because Scorpion had too many big hits on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say from Dark Lane Demos with Tootsie Slide on forward, you've seen the steady decline from each project going forward. So, and
Yeah,
I'm not.
even count Scorpion as far as a decline. You can even go from Views forward, to be honest, because More Life and Views, from More Life and what's the one that came out after that?
More than it was Scorpion after More Life.
Okay, so it was just one that he called a playlist, which was More
Yeah.
Life.
Hmm.
Okay, so from More Life forward, there has been a steep quality decline.
Yeah.
And if just as somebody like, bro, yeah, you can't deny it. But real quick, we got to shout him out every time he come in the chat, super chat or not. Shout out to D2B2. He has sponsored many of the chats, so y'all salute D2B2 in the chat. He has held us down on many an evening, and we are greatly appreciative of that.
Yep.
So once again, shout out to D2B2. And this is from Jace. I need a new Zay album while TDE is on this tear. I think he said that the album almost done, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I think he said the album was almost done, and that was a while ago,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I think Isaiah Rashad. I think J Rock is dropping this year too. So yeah, that they not finished. TDA finished.
So over it. Shout out to you for the super chat. Great combo. Always salute. Much appreciated. And this is Jared. Shout out to Jared for the super chat. Dot doesn't play streaming games very often, if at all. I think the only album that he played towards the commercial game was Damn.
Damn. Hmm.
And it ended up being very successful. He did almost 700,000 first week. I think it was 681, and we see now that Humble is a double diamond eligible song. So yeah, I don't think he does it all the time. But let me finish this. GNX was a surprise release midday with no singles released beforehand during the holidays when Christmas music was about to be played, and that just goes to show like he don't really care about first week because he's more concerned about the longevity of the project. And that's why an album
Hmm.
like Good Kid Mad City has been on the charts for 12 years now.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? When you make
That's
classic music,
insane.
you don't have to worry about it getting streamed in the first week or the first couple weeks because it's gonna live forever. Like I
Hmm.
watched the pop out today while I was at work. J Rock probably has one of the most memorable verses of the 2000s.
Oh, okay. On King's Dead.
No. On Money Trees.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How dare you, DJ?
Hey, maybe it was a good song though. Like
Nah,
it's just
nigga. You remember the verse on Money Trees? I mean
uh,
on King's Dead.
yeah, I remember the verse.
Do you remember it like you remember the verse on Money Trees?
No, I don't.
All right, yeah.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
But yeah, the pop out was amazing. He just went through a lot of his hits, just big moments in his career. And that is an ode to paying attention to quality over quantity. You feel what I'm saying? And not to say that Drake won't have a good, let me see, a good concert because
No,
he got
Drake got hits now. We're not gonna
yeah.
sit up and say like he don't. Drake got hits. He definitely
Hold
got
on,
hits. He got features. He got it all now.
you know,
But that's the
let
shit
me
that
see.
get on my nerves because when you try to be, objective, when you try to, critique music or just, talk about music, if you're not mentioning his constant successes, then you're hating. And I'm just like, that's not what we focus on right now. We talking about this album, this song, this project. We're not talking
Mm,
about all the other shit he did up to this point. So why, you know what I'm saying? So why can I have an opinion on what's going on right now? And if I don't like what's going on right now, that's not a shit on his whole legacy. Like y'all
yeah.
need to get y'all shit together, man.
Hold
So
on, I'm finna somebody posted it in the Patreon, so I'm about to see if I can pull it up. Let me see. I want to do a tab. Let me see. Community. Okay, here we go. Hey, y'all don't be looking at our Patreon stuff. Trying to be nosy. Hold on, let me pull it up.
yeah,
Okay.
KD said no more fake tough. He couldn't even take a rose from Payne Manning.
Shout out to Unapologetic. I think I saw her in the chat. Shout out to her and shout out to Gen X for letting us know. And this is from Elliot Wilson, was shared by Elliot Wilson, the chart data, US albums chart update final. And this was 3 days ago. Party Next Door and Drake, 248. Sabrina Carpenter, 159, yada yada. Kendrick did 137. SZA did 94. And then Kendrick came back again with Damn with 33. So yeah, man. I guess shout out to Drake for hitting number one. We'll see how long it sustains because we already know that it is a drop off from his prior production.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Oh,
man. I
real.
think he's in trouble. I don't. A lot of people not gonna say it because he went number one, but I do think unless he drops a huge hit,
Mhm.
going into the middle of 2025, I think he is in trouble.
Before we move on, because we definitely gotta get to the Cole song. But real quick, I just want to address some shit that I've been seeing online that I don't like. Right.
Oh, go ahead.
Um, the whole Doecii is a plant
Mm-hmm.
narrative. Because her album first week numbers or whatever week they talking about didn't do well enough, but she winning Grammys and things like that. Cut the bullshit, bro. Like, granted, I didn't know about Doechii before Alligator Bites Never Heal, but I went back and looked through her, what I'm saying, discography and so like she had songs, she was around way before like she really got her spotlight. So I don't want to just because that she's associated with TD and Kendrick and SZA and she's popular right now at the same time as Kendrick. People trying to put this narrative on her that she a plant just because that now she's getting the spotlight at the same time as Kendrick. And I don't like that shit, bro. Like I don't
I,
like it.
I'll
Like
go ahead.
a part of it is the Drake fans, but also a part of it is the goddamn Nicki fans, some damn barbs, and I knew they was coming. I knew they was coming. When you heard the album and you hear certain things, or because we mentioned this on, how she sound like how she was kind of like rapping like Nicki on certain songs and things like that. I knew they was coming, but I still just don't like the whole plant narrative on Doechii. Like I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, I think if they were worried about her being a plant, I would always invite them to go to watch her Tiny Disc.
Mm-hmm.
As far as rap artists go, from what I've seen on Tiny Disc, she easily got a top 5 Tiny Disc
Mm-hmm.
from what I've seen. And I think that my favorite 5 that I've ever seen is probably This is all encompassing. Duran Bernard, Doecii, um,
Usher had a good one.
yeah, Usher. So I say Usher. No, I don't know, man. Yeah, Usher, Duran. I really like the this shit recency bias. So I'm gonna just say that I've heard recently. My
Mhm.
favorite one's recent. So Duran Bernard, Doecii, Leon Thomas, um, Scarface, and Juvie are my
Oh,
favorite ones that I've seen
oh,
recently.
Ju. I didn't see the
Yeah.
Scarface, but I did see the Juvie one. That was cool. I like that one, bro. Juvie was
Yeah,
good.
you should check it out because I was going to do a reaction to the Doechii, and I was just like, I can't never find time. So I was like, bro, I'm denying myself shit trying to react to it. And if I'm already late, I probably should just, you know what I'm saying, just go and do it. And it was amazing. Tyler's was good too. I just think the performance quality of Doechii just took her shit. She was so present in the moment, bro. Like
Mhm.
just an excellent display of command, like over every single piece of what was going on during that performance. um the one thing that kind of like hurt me with the Leon Thomas, you could tell he might have a little bit of social anxiety.
Mhm.
He never even got around to introducing his band or himself. He was just going from song to song to song to song. And they may have possibly cut out the beginning and the end because it ended weird and it started weird.
Yeah.
um but yeah, you can
But
tell, bro. She's ready to go.
yeah,
She's ready.
man.
I wouldn't be surprised if I think that based off what I've seen, I'm not afraid at all of her opening up the GNX tour and it being a stadium tour
Mhm.
and her being the opening act. I'm not worried about how she would do it all.
Man, just basically Doecie's like run and just her ascension right now, just going back to how it used to be in hip hop. It's just artist development. That's
Yeah.
what you really seeing that you're not really used to seeing because you're used to people blowing up overnight with social media and things like that. But you got somebody that's been slow cooking, building up their resume, and when it was time to drop, when you had your moment to present to the world, you was ready. That's all it is, bro. So, and then, truth be told, if y'all want to be technical, and I know we done had this conversation off mic, if y'all want to call Drake a plant, you know what I'm saying? I'll go with that narrative more so than Doechii. But I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Like, there's really too nuanced right now that I don't really want to get into. But I mean, I just had to address that. Like, I just didn't like this shit on Twitter about Doechii. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Let me get to, we got some more super chats that came in. Shout out to
Yeah, yeah,
y'all
yeah.
for showing love via super chat. Um shout out to Gen X Gemini. I ain't want nothing, just paying my tithes. Happy to be with y'all. We happy to have you as
Yeah,
always.
yeah,
Um Raphael 1819, love your show, guys. Thanks for giving good content. Greatly appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. We work
absolutely.
hard. Be glad that y'all enjoy what we put so much hard work into. Shout out to Takia. Gen X Gemini inspired me to pay my tithes. Say neighbor, neighbor.
Neighbor.
Shout out to T Mac again. For the love of Luther, Anita, Stevie, etc. Please don't fix your lips to call those leftover auto tune songs almost some sexy songs for you R&B. My bad.
Yeah,
Um,
no,
that-
no,
that's
you're
just the
right. You're right.
genre is placed in, but we already know it's not real R&B.
Yeah,
It's that weird, goofy ass subgenre that Drake and people like him have created and found home in because they not
they can't
actually
talented.
rapping enough to be rap, and they're not singing well enough for it to be considered singing. They just like sitting here in the middle where it's like you just doing a little bit of both and not necessarily great at either. And I'm talking purely for some sexy songs for you because we already know Drake can rap. But it's just like on this album, like then neither one of them do no good singing.
At all. And
I
party,
think
you can
Party is
barely hear
like
him on here.
retire. I want him to stop making music. I want him to stop making music. Like
Yeah.
I finally listened to Mud. That's a great album, bro.
I told you. I
And
told you.
I was
Now
listening
go.
to it.
Hold on, Skip. Now go back and listen to Sir. That was the other album I need you to go to.
Now I
Leon
was
Thomas and Sir.
Now I was listening to Leon Thomas, and it was one of the songs, and I was just like, we don't need Party Next Door, bro.
We got Leon.
We don't need them.
Yeah,
We got Leon Thomas, bro. We do not need Party Next Door.
yeah,
Shout out to Dre. He's also a patron and a member on YouTube. He said Drake is a one and done UK. Cole is Alabama A&M homeboy that's a doctor. Now, hey, I went to
uh,
A&M for a little while. Don't do that.
hey, hey.
Dot is the hood Vanderbilt student who grandma worked in the cafeteria on the cafeteria scholarship. Yeah, man. I agree with this. As far as like the temperament of the people,
Yeah,
because Cole kind of does like fit,
the
maybe
college
not
narrative.
the super duper stereotypical A&M Alabama A&M student or person that like became like prominent after, but he
Mhm.
does kind of fit the where you from? Or I'm like he might be the one dude from North Carolina that go to A&M, so he like kind of cool, but he like kind of weird because don't nobody really understand. But it's like, all right, that's Cole, bro. He do his rap thing. You feel me? Like that's
Yeah,
Cole, bro. Everybody know Cole. He nice,
yeah,
bro. He'll
yeah.
give his
That's
seat up for you. He'll give his seat up for you on the bus, and he be
yeah.
rapping.
He be rapping up down the hill, man. He be rapping
Yeah,
up there, man.
hey, he just be walking the hill and rapping, man. I saw he got a bike too. That's what's up, man. He be hitting the hill on the bike while he be rapping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But Kendrick came on the hill and pushed J. Cole down the hill on the bike and slapped Drake with a pool stick.
All right. Well, I mean, since we talking about Cole now, is that all the super
We got two
chats?
more. Hold on, we got two
Okay.
more. Shout out to Jared again. Shout out to Kendrick for being the first rapper to ever have 4 number ones in a 12-month span. Yes. Like that. TV off, Not Like Us, and Luther.
Doecii, yeah.
Okay, and the last one is from Takia Smith. Shout out to you again. What pisses me off is them calling her music Harriet Tubman music. She's not trying to save you niggas. That's a fact. And it's so crazy because
Mm-hmm.
she don't be rapping like she got regular girl raps. She just can rap. And she's an actual artist.
Yeah.
I just think that shit is weird. I've never understood like the people being like, bro, I don't like people who actually good at the craft of rapping. That shit is insane to me. They so attached to people that can't rap for real and don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about shit. Anytime somebody talk about shit,
Mm-hmm.
they get instantly turned off because they don't want to. I don't know if everybody like it, so I don't feel comfortable liking it, which is, it's a weird thing. But I saw somebody say something. It's a term called cognitive ease, and the
Mm-hmm.
mind will go to the things that they have to work less to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pandemic sweeping the communities, black, brown, and otherwise. Shout out to T Mac again. Kendrick is Petty King. He might have Sir and Schoolboy open Toronto shows since Drake shut them down in Toronto last year. No, I don't see that, but
I get where you going with that.
I
I
get where
get it.
you're going. I
Yeah.
just don't see it because I don't know if it's competitive as Q is. I don't think he pulling up for one tour stop just to pop out and open up for Kendrick. That nigga
Mm-hmm.
said on numerous occasions he think he better than Dot. I don't think he just pulling up to do that. Now, would he come out in Toronto and do collard greens or something? I could see
Mm-hmm.
that way more than him opening up.
Yeah.
And Kendrick got the only song I think him and Sir got his hair down. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, brother, there is a lot of colorism, and it's crazy because that shit is in hip hop, which is predominantly a black genre. But that shit go back to slavery. So yeah, man. What is it? What letter is that? Don't let me go blank. The letter where they was talking about how to create the perfect slave. Willie Lynch, the Willie Lynch letters.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Man, Ozu would have been on my head tomorrow. Like, nigga, how you forget about Willie Lynch?
yeah. There you go. He in the chat. He right there.
I know. That's
Oh,
why I
okay.
said.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get to the code, man. Let's get to the code.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna pull up the lyrics because the one thing that's striking me is like going back and going through the lyrics to see exactly what he was saying, and yeah, he said a lot. And I
Like
think we should discuss it, good and bad. So let me see if I can pull up Genius real quick.
I think with him dropping this song, this is what he should have did from the jump, right? So if you you know what I'm saying, separate yourself out the beef, right?
Mhm.
And you trying to work on your album, you shouldn't have dropped no Port Antonio. I don't need to hear you on T Grizzly, um, Grippy. I don't need to hear you on none of these other songs. Like, just go away for a minute and come back with some heat like this. That's what Drake should have did. Drake should have did the same shit
But I think
because
get your ass beat and you get embarrassed in front of everybody. Cause I don't care what nobody say. I think J. Cole was embarrassed too.
hell yeah,
Um, so I think they couldn't, because they were probably worried about if the narrative got out of control, like how do you come back? So they was trying to combat the narrative the whole time. And I think that led to them looking a little crazy, especially with Kendrick not saying shit. I just
yeah.
think
He ain't
all
said nothing, bro.
worse. But I'm finna throw the lyrics in real quick and we can get into it. Shout out to the Bear for just popping in. We're about to talk about J. Cole's latest track. Yeah, man. Shout out to Read My Soul, man. I think I want to do a collab episode with him. He had a very interesting take. I didn't get to watch the video because I talked
Mhm.
about it last time he did where he was saying that academics is probably Drake's biggest op. But all the time we talk about the theory, like doing the player comparisons. And I think we said about J. Cole, like we was trying to see who he was, and I think we kind of landed on Kevin Durant.
Mhm.
But he got a whole video. I haven't watched it, but I was just like, that's interesting. Because we talk about a lot of shit like that off camera all the time. But let me pull up the
And
lyrics so we can get to it.
and real quick, I really and I still feel this way to this day. This my mind will never change on this. I really feel as though if 7 Minute Drill had got a better reception from the masses,
Mhm.
that beef last year would have went totally different.
Yeah, because
Cole and yeah,
he would have put
he would have stood on it, and that we would have really got the battle that we really wanted was between Cole and Kendrick, as far as the two lyricists going at it, than Drake and Kendrick.
he would have
And I
mocked
just
this too.
and I just think Drake would have been all right still. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have got the brunt of everything that he got last year because he would have been sharing it with Cole. So I think that beef last year would have went totally different if 7 Minute Drill was reviewed positively.
You know what
But
I
yeah.
think would happen? I think Kendrick would shut up that lyricist bullshit narrative too. Like he would have. I mean, but we already seen him. Like that's why this shit is so crazy to me. Like for Cole fans, like bro, y'all acting like Black Friday don't exist.
Y'all act like rigor mortis don't exist.
No, I'm talking about they were actually competing against each other in real time with the
Oh
Black
yeah,
Friday.
yeah, 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 yeah. I thought you
Acting
just talking
like
about him
Kendrick
rapping.
didn't gas up for for 6 minutes and then made J. Cole come back and try to make a song. Like, let me see what SS is talking about real quick. Skipping DJ, I would love for you guys to react to and or discuss the video called "The Art of Delayed Gratification." It's in relation to the beef and how Kendrick and Drake handle things differently. I've been seeing that and I've been holding it off from watching it.
Mhm,
So I think that'll be interesting. The biggest thing as far as us reacting to it is us being in the same place
mhm.
and StreamYard or whatever platform, platform we use doing us justice because I don't know how to use that shit perfectly just yet. But I definitely think we can watch it and do like a breakdown. I definitely think we
Mhm.
can do that.
Yeah.
But let's go through these lyrics. Let's not get sidetracked. And this is Clouds from J. Cole. We already know what the chorus says, but he says, I ain't stepping out. The world is changing right in front of me. Gray hairs, I'm aging quicker than I thought I'd be. And I thought that was, I thought that was cool, to discuss like, how he's aging and how things are changing around him. But let's get into the verse. He said, please believe these flows teach egos to freeze and then reseed. I'm C4. Beneath your Jeep, the second you turn that keyhole, then heat blows your weak flows out of the water. Okay, he
Uh,
started
see,
back popping shit,
yeah,
right?
about to say he popping shit. He popping shit.
Who weak flows getting blown out of the water? Like, do we just, and I don't think it's directed at anybody.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just how he rap.
but at this point in his career, like, how do we feel about him continuing to say that he got niggas running away?
A part of me feels as though like he ain't got shit else to rap about. Like it's been so ingrained in the DNA of his music is to be competitive. He can't help but to just put in those throwaway lines like that. Cause that's
Yeah,
just who he
yeah,
is. He's always been that shit. So that's why people are so disappointed in him backing out of the beat because you have lines like this that shows your competitive nature throughout your entire career. So why can't you stand on it when it's really time to go against somebody of your same weight level, same weight class? Like you don't have to punch down with him. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, but keep
I
going.
got a question, DJ.
Yeah.
Are these bars filler?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
100%. Because he ain't got shit else to rap about. That's why he falling off.
The follow. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
The father, boy, I work smarter and harder. My style got a restraining order. Don't bother. I charter unseen territories in order to push it farther than you niggas ever thought. J.
Who you
Cole,
what are
my
you
dog.
talking about?
What the fuck? Like, and that's the thing. Like, when I heard it the first time, I was captivated by the flow and like how smooth he was rapping. But that's
Yeah.
always the thing about J. Cole.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever questioning your ability to do the thing.
Right.
We want to see you do the thing and stop telling us that you can do the thing. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. Somebody referred to it as shadow boxing. It's like he that nigga who always in the gym. You know what I'm saying? He on the heavy bag. His hands always wrapped up. He always ready to go box some shit. He always ready to jump rope. He always ready to do sprints. He always ready to get on the sled. He's always ready to do all of this shit. Like, and be like, bro, I'm telling you, when I get in the ring with somebody, I'm gonna fuck them up. Don't nobody want to see me. And it's like, okay, okay, I see you. I see you. That hook looks sharp. Then
he
Kendrick walked in that hole
hey,
with no hand wraps, no gloves, and some Timberlands on, and like, let's fight. And J. Cole say shit. He throw his first two punches, which is the two or the different verses on 7 Minute Drill and first person shooter. And Kendrick smile with no mouth guard in. And and J. Cole say, hey, bro, you know what? I'm straight. And then Kendrick leave and he go back to the heavy bag and he like, bro, I'm telling you, I would have fucked him up, man. I'm telling y'all don't know. But it's
bruh,
like, how
bruh,
many times
Cole,
walk in the gym and respect you hitting the heavy bag?
Cole, that nigga that like when you at the gym, you got everybody on one end trying to gather up teams to hoop, but you see Cole on the other end shooting threes, number nets, dunking and shit. And when they ask you to play, oh no, y'all niggas ain't ready. Y'all niggas can't fuck with me, bro. Like, well, come on and show me. Like, come on and show. We about to run a game right now. Nah, I'm just gonna work on. I'm just gonna do this because y'all ain't ready. Y'all can't fuck with me. Like, he one of them type niggas. Like,
Well, bro,
get off the court.
you gonna be in the way, nigga. Move.
Yeah,
Nah,
get out the
bro, like
fucking
y'all
way,
not
bro.
gonna make me move, bro. Like I can turn y'all into martyrs. Nigga said, and then it's like, okay, so you talking about you pushing into territories that nobody ever thought of. J. Cole, what are you doing in rap, period, that nobody has ever done before outside of back out of a rap beef? Like nothing about you stylistically or technically has not been done by anybody. Because if we talking about just straight raps, Black Thought is killing you. King Los is killing you. King Los can rap just as fast, just as smooth, stack just as many syllables, and have a way more substantive verse than you. For the people that just heard King Los last LA Leakers, you know what I'm talking about. And the song that he dropped around the time that Watch the Party Die came out. Like
Mhm.
Cole not really that fire, bro. Like he good and he can rap, but it's like, bro, you don't be talking about shit. Like, not for real, especially when you get into this. It's like, bro, how many times are we gonna watch you on a hamster wheel, bro? Like, and then you talking about, okay, because he say, okay, let's keep going. Cause I got a lot of murder charges, turn artists to martyrs. When I rock, thoughts turn to goddess, fiends turn to kings, dreams turn to things tangible. My hands are full with grands I pull from stanzas. No, I can't go slow. I'm Sandra Bull. Either proceed with speed or don't breathe. Now, The Sandra Bullock line was actually fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't Breathe and Speed are two movies that she was in. That's
Mhm.
fire. But it's like, okay, like if we just
What
taking like nothing happened,
like what
it,
rappers you turn into martyrs?
nobody. I think No Name got the best of him and they back and forth. That nigga came back and said, like she dropped the what's the name? He responded and said, "Hey, don't be mean to me, because I know you smarter than me, and I don't really, I ain't really that smart for real, for real. So just treat me like a baby." And she was like, "All right, cool. If I'm gonna do that, join the book club." And he was like, "Shit, nah, I don't read for real." What, nigga? What? So it's just like, bro, like stop gaslighting us into thinking like you really elite at anything. You can rap good, but you don't be saying shit. You got the same cancer that Logic got, that Joyner Lucas got, because he really just a more popular version of them two niggas. That nigga is really like closer to Joyner Lucas and Logic than he is to Kendrick. If we really being honest,
Oh no! Oh no!
if we really being honest, bro, for real, he's it. He's
I
closer, bro.
we had this conversation about the Logic one for sure. We definitely had this conversation. So
J. Cole is good at word vomit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, which like, okay, you can put 4 syllables together and you can rhyme a whole verse with them 4 syllables. But what are you saying that is impactful? You feel what I'm saying? Like Kendrick dropped "Watch the Party Die" and the culture stopped. Nigga, this song don't even have 1 million views on YouTube yet. On his channel. Like he's just not that impactful, bro. And folks, J. Cole has a very robust fan base and they're gonna support him. But he's not impacting the culture when he drops. He dropped this
at
out of
all.
nowhere. And it's still to this day don't have 1 million views on YouTube. It might now because I checked early. It was like at 980. So it might barely be over 1 million. But it ain't hidden to where it's like captivating people. It's just like, okay, he rap good. And then we walk off and we go do something else. And that's why I say like it's varying levels to art. Like this shit don't make me sit down and like, damn, I gotta play it again and see if I miss something. Cause I didn't miss shit. I never miss anything when I listen to J. Cole. Never. There's never a deeper subplot to what he's saying. It's always right there, and it's always tacked on to some very basic shit. He say basic shit well. For real, bro. You remember when and I'm okay, let's keep going. You got anything to say right now? We hadn't got there. Exactly. Exactly. Yup, word count ass rapper. He one of them niggas like if you got a research paper, you call J. Cole because he gonna get you to 10,000 words in 42 minutes. It's like, bro, what are you saying? He like one of them in if we're looking through the retrospective lens of the inevitable juxtaposition. Nigga, what are you saying? Get to the fucking point. From the underlying perspective of those opposed to the dirt behind the earlobe. Nigga, what are you talking about, bro? Say it plain. I think he says he dresses it up so much because he doesn't really have anything to say.
Yeah.
So let's keep going to further make the point. You got anything to say so far, bro? He said,
Come on, bro.
there's no creed or color that won't heed the warning. What warning, J. Cole? We're gonna keep going. The planet will shake when I'm performing. Tectonic plates from a place where ticks on their waist. Here he go talking about gun violence again. J. Cole, you not from this. That's why I was so mad about the off season. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
bro, every single verse was talking about niggas getting killed. Why is your like fallback black trauma? I'm for what niggas die. I'm for when niggas die and get shot. So like, bro, people like it's almost it almost can kind of feel like you're trivializing it, and that's what make it fucked up. Because it's like you can talk about it, and that was one of the things that we discussed about the Mozzie album. He talked about both sides. He was like, I got niggas who really entrenched in this shit, but I got niggas who will never get their life back, whether they're, you know, deceased, rest in peace to them, or they behind bars for the rest of their life. And it's just like J. Cole just rap this shit to sound cool.
And even
And
with
that's
Mozzie, like you said, he doing it from both perspectives because he also rap about in that same album that I know what you're talking about, where it's almost like a sense of survivor's guilt
yeah,
because he knows like I can't live this shit no more. I gotta do right. I gotta make the right moves. It's gonna, keep me and my family safe. And people judge him and hate him for not being in the streets like he used to be. So he's dealing with the fact that people turning their back on him because he don't want to live and do the same shit that he was doing no more. So like he's doing it from both perspective. Like I was in it, I learned from it, I elevated past it, and this is how I keep going in my life. So that's why I feel so. I know you said it was a sad ass album, but that's
yeah,
another reason I feel so. It was really good, bro. Like that shit definitely gonna be in my list somewhere, bro. But
yeah.
keep going, bro.
Real quick, I saw my brother 72 Paths in the chat. If you still
Oh
in the give us a quick synopsis on what you think about J. Cole as an artist. I saw you in here. I don't know if you still here, but while you if you still here and you typing that, let me go through the super chats that just came in.
yeah.
Um Shout out to L Brown. Do you think Cole dropped this record because everyone was talking about K Dot halftime show? It's possible. Then everyone was talking about the Drake album. I thought it was a perfect time for him to do something, honestly. Because I was just asking earlier that day, where is Cole? And then I end up seeing like an Instagram post or something. It was like, where the fuck is J. Cole? So when I saw that this dropped, I thought it was perfect timing, actually. Um,
No, they said I'm running third. They threw the bronze to me, nigga. You still running in
and
that third place in the narrative, still.
some people saying that he made his way to second because Drake died so bad. Shout out to Slade with the super chase said skip. Shannon Sharp voice, let Skip cook. Man, I'm trying not to go too hard on J. Cole, but I told you I wasn't gonna say nothing until he dropped, and he dropped, so I got shit to say. Shout out to Dre, break the backboard king, appreciate you. Shout out to Slade one more time. He said Cole said he was doing drive-bys on that 10 speed. I don't even think it's a 10 speed. I think it's a 5 speed. And his chain keep popping because he won't oil it properly.
Trash.
Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let's go back to it. Okay, but so yeah, I think he be trivializing black trauma to sound cool, bro. How do you feel about that? Like that element itself.
I mean, all this shit just gonna go back to because Kendrick did mention a lot of this shit. Like he definitely had shots at Cole that's talking about this very thing in terms of like the gun violence and things like that. So,
Oh, so you
uh,
think he was dissing him in that section on Euphoria? I hate when
mhm.
a rapper talk about guns and
Guns
somebody
and
turning the nuts. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Fake
man.
digital hooks, because you know
Cause
he called the song with Summer Walker Audio Hug.
mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
wow. Okay. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think a lot of this shit has been addressed, and he just falls right back into the traps, bro. He falls right back in the narratives because he has nothing else to rap about, so he has to have the filler gun bars, the filler tough guy shit, because he has nothing else to rap about. That's why the fall off has taken 8 years to drop because he
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck to rap about. And then
I
all
agree.
the bars that he do spin off, he waste them. I'm not gonna say waste, but he use them on all these damn feature runs that he's doing, punching down on B tier and C tier rappers. So what do you have left for your album, bro? Because you don't rap about nothing for the most part of substance until like the later half of this song here that we'll get to, where he had some substance that came in. But for the most part, yeah, I mean he has a lot of filler shit that we become like I think the blinders have been removed from a lot of us because the filler bars kind of captivated us for a long time because we didn't have really shit to compare it to, just to be perfectly honest. And now that we understand and see behind the curtain,
Mm,
the Oz type shit, you know, it's kind of obvious, and it just kind of like it don't impress me no more. I'm like, what else you got at this point?
yeah.
So
Because I was always sounds like, bro, we know you good. Stop telling us you good and show us you good,
mm,
nigga. And if you do that, and the way that you do that is through three things: creativity, thematic elements, because you got to add drama to your music. That's why Tupac was so impactful. You
Exactly.
have to be able to add that. So you got to have, like, you, of course, you got to have the lyricism at this level. You got to have that. You got to have the thematic elements, and you got to have the creativity to create songs that mean more than you just rapping on a beat. Like when I grew up, we used to call it wrecking. Like, yeah, bro, I got on that beat and I wrecked the beat. It's like, okay, J. Cole, you know, wreck every beat you can find, my nigga. Make memorable music.
And
And I
that's
think
why
that's why people love Forest Hills Drive so much. Is that what you was gonna
eh,
say?
no, I was about to say, like, just like, saying, expand your palette, give me moments, like, give me like things that'll last me over a period of time. That's why Kanye's initial run was so great, because he gave you moments, he gave you an experience on all, like, on college dropout, late registration, graduation, 808s, even my dark twisted fantasy. He put you in a, like, a bubble where you're inside the music itself, because it was so musical with all the instrumentation and just all the what I'm saying, letting the beat breathe on a lot of songs. Like, he's putting you in, he's setting you up to feel something, to feel an emotion. J. Cole don't make me feel shit. Like, I could
Mm,
just listen to his shit and go on about my day and nothing happens. Like, but when I hear certain music, I like to feel some shit. Like, I don't necessarily have to learn anything from it, but just make me feel something.
yeah,
And the
because I
only
don't
thing,
lives in the emotion. I just think he like observes it and it stays up here. I don't
yeah,
know if he speaking from here for real.
right.
I think he be speaking from here. Like you can tell he's thoughtful to a certain extent because you have to be thoughtful to like create rhyme schemes and shit like this. Not necessarily creative, but you have to be thoughtful. But I just don't think um I don't think he has that heart element that he needs to create music that makes you feel on that level on a
And
consistent basis.
that's what people tried to knock Nas for early on, talking about how he rapped about his environment and rapped what he saw the people
Mhm.
around him doing. But you can also tell that him being in the environment, he experienced his own, what I'm saying, scenarios or things that he's been through. He's able to express that in the storytelling, because it's not just all about what he saw other people do. It's about what they did impacted him, and how he took that experience, taught other people, and how he impacted other people's lives in these same scenarios, or
Mm.
gave you, like, what if scenarios on what if you did this differently, this is what happened. Like, he just basically lived life through those, stories. And you can tell Cole is just spitting from memory, but you ain't living it, you didn't live the shit. And he
Yeah.
kind of mentioned that on what was the other song he dropped recently where he was rapping really good on, but he was giving us a different perspective on when he moved from the black neighborhood to the white neighborhood,
Play the
and he was
collard green.
trying, play the card greens. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was probably the first time, and I think we mentioned this on the reaction when we did it, when we listened to it. That's one of the very few times throughout his career where we actually got some type of deep dive into how he really thinks, into
Yeah.
what he actually experienced. Give me more of that, bro.
But you
Like,
know what I think that'll take him?
where?
I'm biracial insecure.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we don't need another logic. I
I,
just
I think if he the further he goes down, because I don't think he's gotten to a point where he's become he was able to become one with himself. Let me read this real quick from Gen X.
yeah.
Jermaine is a happy side chick that knows he will never be the main because he is trash for real, but can do one thing well. Exactly. J. Cole is a specialist. He is not a well-rounded artist. He's just a specialist at rapping. And that's why like the MC niggas respect him so much because they're
Mhm.
specialists too. So when you look at like a Mickey Fax or fucking Ransom and all these niggas, it's like he's doing what they like, what they do, and what they hold dear on the largest platform that they can kind of get to. So they
Yeah.
respect him. But like even still, they're trying to use more subject matter than J. Cole do. But a lot of them niggas get caught up in I rap good, so I rap about rapping. But it's like my nigga, I'm tired of hearing you rap about rapping. Like,
Hmm.
granted, like the like Lupe for all of his quirks and weirdness and disrespect to the culture and the black people at large. Like that last album was creative as fuck. And he
Hmm.
rapped about rapping, but he rapped about not him rapping. He rapped about somebody going through the process of becoming a rapper. It's
Hmm.
completely different. J. Cole needs a creative thematic album. Like 2014 was his attempt, and it's not it. 4
Yeah,
Years Only. I was finna trip. It's not trash, but that shit is boring. I ain't
it
listened to
is.
the album in probably 8 years, bro.
I don't even
KOD.
remember that. I don't even remember the track list for Your Eyes Only. I don't even remember what. Only thing I remember for that album is the Bryson Tiller song that was supposed to have been his, but Bryson got it first, and he did his version of it on there. That's the only song that I remember from that album. I don't remember shit else from For Your Eyes Only at all. And then
Um,
KOD, that shit is that was his attempt at. But you know what? KOD is his damn, bro.
but it's not though.
It is. That's he tried it though, and it didn't work. But he tried it though. He
Did he?
tried it. He did. He did, bro. He
For my
tried,
picks,
but it
bro.
didn't work.
Well, yeah, I think he bit a lot from it. I think he bit the color palette. I think he bit um the um the overall like attempted to what he was saying about the project.
Yeah.
I think he did a lot of shit from. I think he bite from Kendrick often. I think
4 yards only is his To Pimp a
yeah,
Butterfly.
that was him trying to do trying to do his version of what Kendrick did with To Pimp a Butterfly. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So I guess the fall off is gonna be his attempt to try to recreate Gen X or some shit like that. Um, and shit crazy, bro. Like, and I think that's why he resent him too, because he's like, damn, because it don't matter what I do, even if I steal the nigga ideas, I can't do him as good as him.
Hmm.
Um,
Or
because
damn, he'd have beat me to it, man. Damn.
yeah, because neighbors, shout out to Aaron Crowder, like he said, neighbors was ass. He thought that was his all right. Yeah, I don't know if he, I, I, I don't know. I never thought about that, but I will say he was trying to rap like Kendrick on that song. That's
Hmm.
why I moved it then, the thing. Like that's more so like Kendrick's like earlier rap style. Um, but yeah, I just feel like I feel like he low key look up to bruh, and I think it like upsets him that he feel like they exist in the same space and he don't get nearly the amount of love from the people that he would want it from in reference to the way that Kendrick get it. Cause I think J. Cole like shit, nigga, I could have got a Pulitzer Prize. Nigga, I could have 20 Grammys if he went in the way. But it's like, no, even if Kendrick didn't exist, you'll be the biggest fish in a smaller pond. Like you not that.
We
Let me
always we done said this multiple times. Drake and Cole always thought Kendrick's gonna be little bro. And the fact that he kept on elevating at the same rate and surpassed them early on in his career, they couldn't handle that shit, bro. They couldn't
oh,
handle it.
he was dissing him a lot on Euphoria. Shout out to Dre. Um, it's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got them a 10 in your wake. That was Cole from First Person Shooter.
North
Then
Carolina, Demon Dinkins. Okay, I get
Wake
it.
Forest. Yeah, that was cool. That was actually a dope line. Actually, I thought that was fire. But Kendrick responds and says, "Everybody want to be demon till they get chipped by a throwaway." And if we look at it from that perspective, we can look at it like Cole running away after like that.
Hmm.
You didn't want to be a demon deacon no more, did you? You got the
Yeah.
fuck up out. Shout out to Jace All Love. I'm assuming that person is
Oh, born center.
what?
Born center. Everybody want to be demon. I mean, I guess you can look at it from that narrative too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a reach, but either way, I think what we just said more so makes sense than that.
Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to see if 72 Pass responded. I don't think he did. If 72 respond, make sure he add us so it'll pop up so we can see it. But real quick, let's finish this before the crash out turned into some.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so say let me see. Because he
Tectonic
did
plates.
tectonic place. That was actually cool how he went from the tech to the tech, but it's like stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
Um, so stay safe or get left with your chest on your face as death waits for your last of breath. I'm gonna pass the test. Yes, I'm a master chef. Want to taste, then pay for it. They claim they're real, but seldom straightforward. The pain I feel on my frame gets transmuted to a dangerous flame. I spit fire at the devil while the angels sing. He always, I don't want to keep speaking to absolutes, but it's just like, bro, you're not dangerous, bro. The flow changed, but Jermaine's the same. I'm plain Jane, not a chain on my neck, but shine like baguettes. A shame, not a flex to rhyme like the rest. J. Cole, you're not that different, bro. You're not that different. You're not that different. You're not that different. My mind's quite depressed if I don't write these. I get that. I'm Spike Lee to the Spike Lee of the audio. Back in my barrio, parties got shot up, so I built up on my cardio. Dodge shells, collect coins like I'm Mario. But this is not a game and experience. I'm serious, nigga.
Okay, let's go here because people I've been seeing this, and I think you put it in the chat the other day. Like this is a veiled dot shot right here.
Okay. So my whole thing,
What you think?
it was people saying that, and
Mm-hmm.
it was weird that this was what Eve, his manager, decided to highlight from the entire song, knowing all the shit that J. Cole talked about. He chose to highlight the game and experience. I'm serious shit. And that just this 4-bar setup right here. And it was people saying that that was a shot at Kendrick from his Super Bowl performance. I personally don't want to believe that
Mm-hmm.
because if that's true, I feel 10 times more enraged at J. Cole than I have before. And if y'all say I be packing him up, then like that pack out, like it's gonna have to go behind the member wall or some shit. Cause I'm gonna do a lot of cussing. Because at
Hey,
that point, I just look at
yeah,
him like a bitch.
send it
The
to pass. He just responded.
Cole is the 10 man from the Wiz. He has no heart. You not feeling what he's saying. Yeah, man. I agree, and that's sad because it's like, but no, it's not. He put it on himself because he showed that he's without substance multiple times. Like if you go back and watch um his Angie Martinez interview, or if you go look at the documentary that preceded the release of the off season, or the back and forth between him and No Name, he showed multiple times that he don't really have depth for real. People just think he deep because he grew his dreads out and he ride a bike and he dressed like a homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
A person that I want to shout out, I don't know if they in the chat, but shout out to Kiki. If y'all haven't subscribed to her channel, go subscribe to her channel. She was talking about Cole early and I was watching her video, and that's kind of where I got the what made me think about the No Name stuff, and about her inviting him to the book club, and he like, well, shit, I don't read. It's like, bro, like, so you ain't doing nothing to enrich yourself, but you pretending that you know, giving off this aura of somebody who's of the people and this enlightened soul, just sharing his experiences to the world, and you not doing nothing to calcify knowledge, to grow yourself actually.
Mm-hmm.
You not really rooted in nothing religious. You have no spiritual backing for real. You don't read, so you not exercising your brain for anything other than rapping. And that's why your rap suffering, because you not putting nothing into you to get more out of you when you sit down and write. And that's why it always leads to um you shadow boxing. And
Mm-hmm.
I think also that's why he's scared, because I think Kendrick would have told him to fuck up just off of the stuff that we see. I
Mm-hmm.
think he would have annihilated J. Cole. And I think that J. Cole wouldn't have been able to respond. I think he would have popped a Doc J. Cole. He would have dropped a Euphoria type track where he got them shots where he's alluding to destroying his character. And I think J. Cole don't respond. I think J. Cole goes into hiding for a while if Kendrick really drops something crazy on him. I think he go sit down and then he don't pop back up until he got an album drop. Or he
Yeah.
pop out and start a blog and start being like, man, I can't believe I let y'all down, like gaslighting the fans, trying to get them back on his side, and all of this other weirdo shit. It's like, bro, you're older than all of your fans by like a decade, and you talking to us and people younger than us like you our age or their age, because we closer to J. Cole than I'm willing to admit. But let's go to this. Can you see the lyrics on here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hit that second verse, bro. I've been talking too much. My
Yeah, he said on that base in your trunk, that bullet that missed Trump, the gun that jammed cause it seemed God had other plans. The Son of Man extending his hand to the Son of Sam in forgiveness for all the homicides we witnessed, the over dramatized, the traumatized with sickness, thrown in the pan, caramelized for richness, and served on a plate with sirloin steak to billionaires who don't care the world's gonna break as long as they make money off of it. Pain brings profit. One man gains as soon as the next man lost it. There's a bridge that you can walk and hear God talk, but there's a real slim odds a rich man crosses because
Stop
greed.
right there. Stop right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's,
yeah, yeah,
let's cover the
yeah, yeah.
because
Because
I do feel like he's cooking on this verse. I know
yeah,
I said a lot about J. Cole, but I do feel like he's cooking on this verse.
he is this. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to.
Go ahead with how you interpreting some of the stuff in this verse.
You say on the base of your Trump, the bullet that missed Trump, that's fire. Because I mean, however you look at it, like that whole scenario with they shooting at Trump and they grazing his ear and all that shit, the intended effect worked. He got the people on his side because they feel as though he's already going against the machine and he's trying to do things differently. So they trying to take him out. So the intended effect worked on that shit. So the gun that jams because it seemed like God's had other plans. The Son of Man extending his hand to the Son of Sam.
Stop
Um,
right. Stop right there. We got a
yeah,
question. I just
yeah.
saw it. Shrimp Boogaloo. Shout out to him. He's or her. I don't know if it's him or her. They're a Patreon Dakota. So I want to stop and get them special attention real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm at you next, habitual line stepper. Here we go. Why would you extend a hand to Son of Sam? Because you know who Son of Sam is, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's pull it up real quick. Son of Sam, I think, is like a serial killer or some shit. David Berkowitz, widely known as alias Son of Sam, committed a string of homicides in New York City from 76 to 77, yada yada. Okay. So
So is he saying like the Son of Sam, like Uncle Sam?
no. The Son of
Okay.
Sam is
No, no,
that
I'm saying like if that's what he meaning by extending his hand to the Son of Sam. Like, is it kind of like I don't know. Well, wait a minute. No, never mind. Go ahead. I
okay.
think I'm
So
reaching on that.
he was saying the Son of Man, so that's Jesus, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
saying the Son of Sam and forgiveness for all of the homicides of witness. So, but I just don't. So, okay, so you trying to embody all of these things, like you're making yourself a representation of these things. So I think that's why when we get into really breaking down this verse, like what the fuck does it mean? Like I'm that bass in your trunk. Okay, I get that. Like I guess like the heartbeat or like you're that energy, the bullet that missed
Well,
Trump.
when
Go
all
ahead.
forgiveness, yeah, I think this is where he's trying to go. So the Son of hand, like, because seeing God had other plans, the Son of Man extending his hand to the Son of Sam in forgiveness for all the homicides we witnessed. So basically, that's him saying like we should be like Christ and forgive, regardless of what the sin is, we should be forgiven in these moments. So I guess he's trying to.
How does that make sense with how he's posturing this verse though?
I don't
Because
know. I don't
because
know.
he's like because he's starting the verse off doing personification. Like
Yeah.
I'm the bass in the Trump. I'm the bullet that missed Trump. So I get the Trump part is like him personifying himself for the energy that for the bullet that missed Trump. So but it's like what the fuck was the bullet that missed Trump? Like it sound cool, but what does it mean?
Hmm.
Like nobody knows what it means. It's provocative. Gets the people going. But it's like when
Yeah.
you really think about it, like what the fuck does that mean? It's okay, I'm the bullet that missed Trump. Like, so are you saying that you're a representation of that revolutionary energy of the person who tried to shoot Trump? But going off what you say in your music, that's not you either.
Hmm.
So it's
Like
like it's
you
just like
just said you don't read books. You just said that.
and, and you said I thought you was the bullet, but you're not trying to be the bullet. Now you the bullet again?
That's yes, he did say that shit. He did. Like he said all his verses, his songs, he feels so he was a murder instrument. Like, nigga, yes. 'Cause that's all you rap about is shooting the guns, nigga. So
I guess,
yes.
man. All right. But then he say, okay, so um the gun jammed because it seemed God had other plans. The Son of Man extending his hand to Son of Sam in forgiveness for all of the homicides we witnessed. Okay. So if I'm breaking it up and then I'm just like, okay, so the bars before that don't match or don't connect. And it's just like he's rapping like abstract at this point in time.
Yeah.
Um Um, the Son of Man extending his hand, the Son of Sam, in forgiveness for all of the homicides we witnessed. Over dramatize, the traumatized with sickness. So I guess he's saying like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit don't make sense. It just sound good.
Yeah.
I think he wrote Son of Man and was like, shit, what rhyme with Son of Man? Son of Sam. Um, because it sounds good. It sounds fire, like coming like just off the ear. It's like ear
Yeah.
candy. It's like not brain food. You feel what I'm saying?
They're like basically, what are you really saying? Yeah, I get
Not
it.
shit. Because if we just looking at it from
Cause
just
this,
God forgiving Son of Sam for all of the stuff he did, what does it have to do with you? And how are you representative if you are at this point like being the personification of the things you're saying? And then we keep going. The over dramatized, the traumatized with sickness, thrown in the pan and caramelized for richness, served on a plate with sirloin steak to billionaires who don't care the world's gonna break. Okay, so now we can start getting into shit that's like more real world application, and it starts to make
mm,
sense. And it's like, just we could feed this, or we could serve this to, we can make this as presentable as we want to the billionaire class, and they're not going to care. Like,
mhm,
they don't care. If anything, they're feasting on the lower class people, like for
mhm,
however, you know, whatever means you choose, whether like getting us to work, extended hours for low pay, and taking our, now they trying to take rights away and all this stuff because we
yeah.
got a billionaire office of Elon Musk, and um
They
all of the
let,
power that was bestowed upon him, especially with us being federal
just
employees.
tell
You know
you,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But,
What
I
the
was
fuck
just about
going
to say, yeah, them laying off all the other agencies in terms of all the employees at this point, and you basically trying to make people quit. And essentially, that was the whole thing with, you can quit now. We pay you for 6 months, bullshit.
and that
You
ended up
know,
being
yeah,
was
that shit makes no sense. Like, why will we still pay you for 6 months if you quit? Why would we pay you still? They don't even do that as a severance. If they do that as a severance, it's gonna be a lump sum and you getting the fuck out of here. They're not gonna keep you on payroll for 6 consecutive months paying you out. Like, why would they do that? That shit makes no sense. There's more work for HR than it has to be. So that's just insane to me. But but yeah, this is what the part where he was starting to like actually getting, like Skip said, it's some real world shit. As long as they're making money off of it, pains bring profit. I mean, we see that in every day. I mean, as
yeah.
far as like how people like humiliate themselves for social media, how violence is really, highlighted. You know what I'm saying? It gets the most traction. If you see a fight video, that shit going viral. You know what I'm saying? And the same people that's promoting it for the most part, they, so they make that money off of it. So I get it. I get it.
Okay,
But
let me stop real quick and read this from Habitual Line Stepper. She's a member. Kendrick would annihilate Cole. Dot went easy rap wise on Aubrey. Cole would have gotten hard, aggressive lyrical raps, and Cole knows it. That's why he backed out and is back to sneak dissing. I
mhm,
3000% agree. I three
mhm,
thousand percent agree, and that's why I was saying he would have fucked him up, because he would have took. Because I think Kendrick's goal was taking the one thing that person holds closest in rap and taking that away from them. So I definitely think that he would have went the more uh lyrical route with J. Cole, as far as, I mean, but don't get me wrong. If we go back and listen to 616 in LA, man, that's an amazing lyrical display. So is Euphoria. So is, bro, Meet the Grams is probably, that shit might be the best written diss track of all time, bro.
mhm,
Like, just as far as like writing goes, like that shit is masterful. But I get what she's saying though. Like that would have been the focus. Like, I don't think he would have, because of course I don't think Cole got no kids that's high, and so it wouldn't have been no bombshell shit like that. He would have just been picking Cole apart, like as far as his character. But he would have
mhm.
did that shit lyrically and destroyed his ass. I agree with that. But I saw some, okay, unapologetic. I don't know what you meant by this. Thank you, friend. I need Skip to face the truth. At us and tell me what the truth is, because I'm not sure. And I think I'm a lot of comments behind the catch up. Um, Okay, Spike Lee made a movie about Son of Sam. Okay, so that might be
Oh, because
uh
he did mention Spike Lee at the top of the other verse. So yeah, okay.
okay. So let's go. So what was we one man gains it as soon as the next man lost it. There's a bridge you can walk to hear God talk, but there are slim odds a rich man crosses. And I think this is akin to the Bible verse. I think it's about I think it says something about a oh fuck, I can't remember the verse, but basically it's gonna be hard as hell for a rich man to enter heaven. I can't remember the
Hmm.
exact verse, but it's about how difficult it would be for a rich man to enter heaven. And I think that's what he's trying to say. But he probably don't even know the verse because apparently he don't really read the Bible. He tried to pick up the Quran and I think read like 12 pages of shit and he said he put it down. Because greed is because greed is a poisonous seed indeed, as it spreads like weeds through the mind's apple trees. I proceed with caution and I'm not flossing. Unlike some, I'm not defined by my fortune. I'm defined by rhymes, though I'm in my prime. Okay, so real quick, I'm calling bullshit and hypocrisy right here. How you say it's not defined by fortune. Y'all know J. Cole be like dressing like bummy and shit, right?
Hmm.
J. Cole bummy clothes be designer.
Yeah.
He not even committed enough to the shit to do it for real. Like
Hmm.
them bum ass jerseys and shit he be wearing, they be
They,
like Balenciaga.
yeah, it'd be expensive as hell. Like those socks, shoes, or sweatpants. They'd be
All
like
of
$300 sweatpants and shit. So like, what are you talking about?
and that's probably the best that's probably the best bike that Mongoose has to offer. That nigga is a liar, bro. Like, and it's like but I don't know him personally, but I just think it's just like so many cracks in his persona. And I think it's like that because he doesn't believe the shit. Like
Hmm.
in his heart of hearts. I think he just be doing it. Let me see what she said. You know, Jay Collapse was trying dot with the ill post. I have no faith in him. I it's not that I don't believe it. I don't want to. Because if I do, that make Cole look like I already feel like he look weak. He look 10 times weaker if he still sneak this and dot after he apologized on that stage. Like that's different from Drake subbing at this point. Drake actually ran the fade. Like even though Drake got his ass beat, Drake ran the fade. If J. Cole
I mean,
backed out like a bitch and now he's still subbing Kendrick after Port Antonio,
he was sub him on Port Antonio. So I mean, it's just kind of
no, so
like,
I'm saying if that was supposed to be his olive branch, but he couldn't come to grips with his pride being fractured, and now 5, 6 months after that, you still sneak dissing, you a bitch.
man, don't let 2024 be about Drake and 25 be about Cole, please.
Oh, blood be spilling. It's just paint to me.
But step on that whole fall off rollout, that shit ain't gonna come out ever.
Man, run that nigga off the set. Did we get some more? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Hold on. Oh, habitual line stepper had already put in a super chat. Shout out to habitual line stepper. DJ is right. Cole and Aubrey have always been trying to son Kendrick, but Kendrick is too talented and couldn't be contained and diminished or bought. That is a fact. I did it with integrity, and niggas still try to hate on me. Just wait and see. More blood be spilling. It's just
It
paint to
just paint
me.
to me.
Shout out to Gen X Gemini, member, wrench holder, and patron. So shout out to her for the trifecta. Let's say it is a shot at Kendrick, so you can pack him out. He deserves it. I'm here for the petty. Damn, man. I think Dre wanted too, man. Hold on.
Um,
The Miss Trump and Gun Jam is about backing out battle metaphors. He trying to say I could have fucked some shit up, but God had a plan for me. He witnessed Drake homicide. Uh,
oh damn, yeah, I can see that because you could count 7 minute drill like as a graze shot or whatever, but it missed the mark. Then you pulled. Ah, damn. Okay, I see that. Shout out to Dre. Go ahead. Go ahead. I see that.
Man, between Dre and Moni, bro, they know how to trigger me, bro. Like, I'm sick of this shit, bro. But man, like, that's some sucker shit from Cole, man. I like I that shit just hurt me as because bro, at one point I was a diehard J. Cole fan. So to
Mhm.
watch him go out like this, and then you just added on all of the other shit. The nigga had a rap beef with Diggy Simmons.
I was smashing his sister, bro. Like, of course, Diggy go like, "That's my sister, nigga. What's up?"
This bro, he
Come
did a
on, bro.
he dedicated a whole song on KLD, which is one of the worst albums of his discography. But he dedicated a whole song to dissing Lil Pump while disguising it as giving him the rules to succeed in the rap game. That's some more lame shit. You had a
Mhm.
back and forth with a female about her trying to tell niggas about being activists.
Mhm.
And then when she try to school you on the shit nicely, you gaslight her again. If I'm No Name and I see you out on firing off on your weak ass, and then you diss Kanye with false prophets.
Mhm.
Then in the interview, you back out and say that you went dissing him and that it could apply to anybody, even you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Skip,
Yes,
skip.
back out in the interview,
No.
said he was not
Whoa,
dissing
skip.
that.
He
Yeah,
said false prophets wasn't about Ye?
he said it was not a direct shot at Kanye. He said it could apply to multiple people, even himself. He said it could possibly be him checking himself. Yes, that nigga backed out of dissing Kanye West, bro. You've been shooting at Kendrick for years. You've been shooting at Kendrick for years, even dating back to your very, very hidden response to Control. And then your whole feature run, especially from like 2021 forward, you was dissing Kendrick the whole fucking time. Then you get all the way up here where shit started to catch up. And I don't even know if Kendrick looking at it from that perspective, like, oh, you've been begging for this ass whooping. Cause I think he would have dropped the diss song if Kendrick actually felt like this. You do all of that. And then all he did was slightly mention you and like that. A little bit. Barely. You drop a 5-minute diss track, and cause niggas ain't fucking with it, you quit. And you get on stage talking about how you love him and you got this reverence and you gaslight him on stage. Cause that was why I was so fucking mad about the apology. Cause you went on stage and gaslit Kendrick and gaslit your fucking fans and tried to put Kendrick in a position where he couldn't really respond because he was gonna look weak and look like a bully because he talking about you crazy after you already said that um that hey, you can hit me with your best shot and I'm saluting you, my nigga, and this, that, and the third. Like, no, cuz you can't back out on no passive aggressive shit like that. So if we do that, and then we go into Port Antonio, where you dissing Kendrick again, and then sign with Drake, and then you back out again where you step away, and then you come back with this, you a bitch. That's why I don't want to like, cause at this point, like if that's the case, if I'm looking at it like that, I don't even want to hit a fall off. That's why I'm saying I don't want to, like, I don't want to believe that that's what he did. Cause my nigga, if you still shooting these veil shots at Kendrick after he let you live, and like they ain't even fire enough to be like, oh, he's smoking shit. It's like, bro, you weak as fuck with these soft ass, super duper subliminal, hidden code under a code ass disses. And then got your manager to post it. So you ain't even standing on it for real with your whole chest. They want you to say the shit more than you do. I don't want to believe that shit, bro. Because if I believe it, I gotta take everything else into account. And now I really don't like you.
Skip. When did this nigga say that shit about Ye? When was this?
I think it was on the Lil Yachty interview.
I'm saying, when was this, last year? Like year
Yes.
before last?
It was either early last year, pre or like late 2023. But I think it was on the
When did
I think it was on the Lil Yachty interview before him and his homeboy fell out.
Friday Night Lights make streaming platforms?
That was a part of the Inevitable series, right?
So you mean to tell me this nigga backed out on all the shit that you said to Ye? You can't stand on it because you need this nigga to release your mixtape. Cause damn near all the songs on there that Kanye produced and shit. Is that why he dialing it back, saying that it could have been for anybody?
Who's to say, bro? Cause J. Cole, I mean, cause Kanye dissed Cole on the Like That remix.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like,
But I think
you.
Kanye don't be really taking that shit that serious for real.
I mean, but
So
he did at one
I
point,
think he'll clear your song, even though y'all going back and forth. I think Kanye don't care like on that level. I don't think he'll shut you out from clearing the shit.
bro. He clearly was talking about Kanye, bro. He, I think I remember him talking about how about false prophets and how he looking up to certain people and it changed his whole perspective and that's why he made the song. And then even when Wale called him out immediately, you bad down off of that shit because you was calling him out on that song too.
And when I tell you Groundhog's Day was some act right.
And then some people say, now I don't really agree with this, but the third verse was about Drake on False Prophets.
I
The
don't know.
first verse,
I ain't heard that song since before 4 Years Only. I think that's whenever they came out. I ain't heard it
go
since then.
go go back and listen to it. The first verse about Ye, the second verse was about Wale, and the third verse was about Drake.
Man,
But of
fuck
course
Jay.
he patched that shit up with Drake after that because that's when Middle Child and all that shit was starting to pop off a little bit after that. So he pieced that up. But yeah, he always throwing shots and then hiding his hand and apologizing and shit. He has a clear track record of this shit now. Like
I
this
just
ain't the first time, so I'm not surprised about him doing this shit with Kendrick now. I get it. It pisses me off, but I get it in that moment because I didn't know he said that shit that false prophet wasn't about. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't hear about that.
like he
So
said it could apply to him, but it wasn't directed at him. That's what
man,
he said.
that's bullshit. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. It's the same shit. I don't want to
Let me
hear that.
let me read these let me read
The
these super
fuck?
chats. Shout out to 205 in the chat. Shout out to our area code from the city. B Ham, what's up? Um
Wishy
Miss
washy ass nigga, man.
um Miss Peachy Peachy said whole second verse refers to the beef battle. I think that's what we're about to find out now. Gen X Gemini, shout out to her again. She said, hell no, he witnessed Aubrey slaughter from the beach after he ran. Oh, because he was sitting down on the beach with his bitch
Mhm.
ass. Shout out to O Right. Oh, do you think what K Dot meant with the book and squabble up, alluding to Cole not reading and Spike Lee 40 Acres and a Mule?
Nah, I think that's kind of a little bit of a reach there. I
Yeah,
mean, you could piece it together, but I don't think that was the intent on that.
because I think the 40 Acres and a Mule was a direct reference to us getting reparations.
Right.
I don't think that was connected to the Spike Lee. Cole probably could have did, but I think that shit's so veiled that it's not a diss. It's just it's not even a sub for real. Because if it's like if you the only person that get it, is it effective? Like I think about that a lot. Like with people who write bars, like my nigga, if nobody ever gets what you saying, is it dope? Like with, for example, like Daylight, like the verse that he did on Play the Collard Greens, it was about somebody from his neighborhood getting killed. Like if you don't have the context from that verse, you never get it because it's so personal and it's nothing that alludes to what he's saying in the verse because everything is so coded. So like after that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And now it's dope. But
Mm-hmm.
like prior to, I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But Miss Peachy Peaches again, she said, look at the second verse again, replace with Dot, Drake, and Cole. Um, are you talking about the second verse of this? So yeah, let's get back to this. Let me see. Uh Cole is a straight up mark. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Damn, man. Okay, so we already read that by him being a liar. Okay, so though I'm in my prime, there was times that I was down because I thought I lost it. But no, lo and behold, as the poetry grows, it's not growing, bro. I give all glory to God as the story unfolds. Yes. All praise to the most high. So we definitely that's the one line that I got that I fuck with. And the gray hairs that grow on my head will show. Ain't no time limit to get it. You ain't never too old. So keep hold of your dream no matter how it seems. If you don't water your lawn, well, it won't stay green. I thought that line was fire too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I seen babies turn fiends, addicted to the screen that dad shares, cashiers replaced by machines. Don't buy, subscribe so you can just scream your content like rent. You won't own a thing before long. All those songs are the whole world seems will be generated by latest AI regimes. As all of your favorite artists are erased by a scream from the wayside. Hey, whatever happened to human beings? I thought this part was dope too because it brings in the greater conversation that we was talking about when we was discussing Lupe.
Mm-hmm.
The advent and participation in AI is going to eventually decrease the need for organic human thought and expression. Because if you're going to empower the AI to where it can at least approximate what you've been given, the industry may deprioritize actual artists because they
Mm-hmm.
can create they got it, they're building this engine to where they can just type in fucking a prompt and it can give you a song just like the shit that Lupe's doing. And that's why I don't fuck with Lupe. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because like, why would you support that? Just to feed your own ego to see if it can actually create songs on your level? Like, that's some vanity shit that I don't fuck with. And
Like
that's
you
why
giving you
I,
giving them the blueprint to set it up. So even if you feel so, this is like some competition to see if you can beat the machine or if the machine can replicate your level of greatness. If they do it even half as good as you do it, that's a win for them, not you.
yeah.
Because
And
now
how
at this
arrogant.
point, yeah, like at this point, we don't need 100% Lupe where we can get 25% AI and get the same effect. Because most people, like the average person, don't understand what the fuck Lupe be rapping about anyway. So why not just let AI do it and get this nigga the fuck out the way? That's how that's how they looking at it. And he's
Yeah,
helping them do that.
because the goal of AI is not to get 100% of the person, because you can never do that, because the person is always able to create something new, something
Right.
organic, completely change the style. And the only thing that you'll be able to approximate is what you got up until that point. So you'll
Mhm.
be able to recreate stuff they did in the past and the stuff that they put into the engine, but you won't be able to create further than that. But my whole thing is like, bro, like Lupe, you know John Henry died at the end of that story, right? He died trying to beat the machine.
Mhm.
My nigga, like that anecdotal story should tell you right there. You, as long as the machine is powered and has energy being put into it, you'll never be able to beat it if you're trying to participate with it. It don't work like that. You feel what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? It don't
Yeah,
work
I
like
mean,
that.
I get it. But
I need to hit shit. Shout out to Stella. She's a patron and she's a good supporter of the Road to 100 series. I told her I was gonna give her a shout out. I gave her one in episode 11 that hasn't came out yet, but she said that Asian people not good at taking compliments and shit. So I'm gonna give you another one in front of 200 people. Shout out to Stella. um, let me
but yeah,
see.
I
Go
seen the
ahead.
babies turns fiends, addicted to the screen, the dad shares, cashiers replaced by machines. That part, that's the part that really kind of connect because I get that as a father of a toddler right now, trying to get him off of, what I'm saying, the iPads and the computers and the TVs because I see how addictive it
Mm,
is immediately right away. I understand and I get that. And I think Cole has a child, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Um, so that's speaking from real life perspective, stuff that I actually want to hear about. I get that. So that part I fuck with. And then everything after this, going into the AI scheme and, basically talking about all the shit that we actually talk about, the shit that we care about. This is the part that I like. But everything leading up to this can be looked at as filler, just being honest, because none of this shit connect at all. None of this shit connect whatsoever. So it's kind of like you said, if you're not actually reading it, breaking it down, and you just listening to it, you can be captivated by the cadence, what I'm
yeah.
saying, and the flow and the beat. 'Cause the beat was fire. You know what I'm saying? So all those things make a good song. So I'm not taking that away from him that he didn't make a good song that you can listen to. But when you really break this shit down, like what the fuck are you really talking about exactly? So that's really the gist of it for me. But
Cause
people gonna use this as a Cole ain't dead. Like we got a Drake ain't dead moment, and this all that. If you a fan of Cole, that you need to hear and see is the fact that he's still rapping at a high clip, and he not rapping like he fell off type shit. So that's all people need to see. And at the end of the day, that's what's gonna propel him into having a number one album. Because I do think the fall off, despite all the how I really feel about it, I do think it's gonna be a number one album, and that's
Yeah, as
all
long
people
as he
gonna
drop,
need.
yeah,
Yeah,
as long as
and
he drop it on a week that don't include Kendrick,
yeah.
J. Cole, or Tyler the Creator, or The Weeknd, or Travis Scott, it's gonna go number one. I think, or Future. I think it's a misnomer about what number ones are. You aren't
Mhm.
always competing with somebody.
Right. I
You're
know that.
only
Yeah.
competing with the people who dropped that week.
Mhm.
So if 42 Doug, fucking Ransom, uh Benny the Butcher,
T Grizzly.
T Grizzly, 21 Savage, if that's the five, six people you going up against and you J. Cole, I'm dropping knowing I'm finna go number one because them niggas can't sell as much as me. It's
Mhm.
not about, like, because it ain't like you got to hit a certain number to go number one. You just got to sell more than the other niggas below you.
Yeah, you could sell 5 copies more than the other person in second and be number one. Granted,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
margin ain't big like that, but yeah, that's all you can literally just sell one more copy and be number one. So yeah, I think it's a false fallacy with you know like with number ones and what they actually mean and things like that. But I mean,
yeah.
it's well also at the same time it does help. Just like when you win a Grammy, your name your stock go up. Like it's Grammy winning artists or Grammy nominated artists that attached to your name boosts your profile. So you having a number one album does boost your profile, but in the age of streaming, it doesn't
Mhm.
boost your profile the way it would be back in the early 2000s and in the 90s. You having a number one, having physical sales and things like that. It's way different now. So
Mhm.
I agree. Like the whole number one thing is saying really a detriment to most artists, to be honest. But the sheep that's following these artists, they're gonna view that as a win and blow it up and make it bigger than what it actually is. That's why I feel so what happened with the Drake shit, with some sexy songs. Of course it went number one because who else dropped during that time frame?
Nobody.
Exactly. So I'm like, what the fuck? But
And that's what I was trying to say, man. It's all a function of when you drop.
yeah.
It's not what you drop. It's when you drop.
Bruh, Drake even said he pushed Taylor Swift is the only person that make him move his album date back. He
Yeah.
even said this shit. So your GOAT, not you, Skip, but y'all GOAT, not the chat, but y'all GOAT even know the numbers game and how it works and who you need to drop around and who you don't need to
Mhm.
drop around. Even he know that shit. So let's just be for real. Like, so why y'all really standing on this whole number one album shit where you can maneuver and manipulate it to your benefit at any time? Like I could delay this shit another week and go
Yeah.
number one. You know what I'm saying? I can drop it early and go number one. So I'm just like, it's some BS, man.
Yeah. And I also think and this is something I gotta bring up Kendrick real quick. Um I remember when hip hop fans, like these same hip hop fans, were like, bruh, don't nobody want to hear Kendrick twisting up words and rapping fast and doing all of that shit and trying to be deep. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. When J. Cole do it, it's the best thing that ever
Mm.
happened to hip hop. For
Th-
perfect example,
This
real
is
quick.
mastery.
Yeah. Fuck Kevin Durant. We're not even gonna talk about him today. He don't even deserve cause he a bitch just like J. Cole. Like
Android.
but J. Cole in particular,
Hmm.
like you like, and I think Kevin Durant might be mad because Kendrick kind of like took a shot at him on the hard part four. When he was saying uh now you about to meet Westbrook, some let victory vouch, but no, the next game played I might smack the shit out you. That was around the time that Kevin Durant left the Thunder and went to the Warriors. He was
Mm.
like, let your wins that you gonna get with Golden State vouch who you are as a person, well, as an individual in the game. But no, like the real in me want to slap the shit out you whenever I see you. Like you a turncoat, my nigga. Like you really left me hanging to go with the niggas who beat us. How you leave me for the ops
Yeah,
and then
that's
sit
kind of
down and talk crazy to me while you standing with the ops? You know better
like
than the Romeo nigga from You Got Served. You a bitch.
like under any other circumstances, I'm all for players going where they feel they have the best chance to win. I'm all for that. However, with that situation with the Warriors, you're like y'all was
Hold on.
yeah.
You lying. Naya, you lying. That nigga
He
did not
delete.
delete that tweet. All right, let's go for it. Cause even more to the connection that he's a bitch and he is J. Cole. Bitch, which
I
is bitch in you, that's a lot of bitch. Yeah. What were we finna talk about other than him? Because we weren't gonna talk about him. Now we just realized that he's even more of a bitch
yeah.
than yeah.
Um, I don't know.
Because I
I
think that's the end of the docket.
okay. Yeah, I think so.
Let me see if it's any super chats. Okay, we got a couple. Uh,
Tweet and
Shout
delete
out to Jared
ass.
again. He been holding it down. He's one of the sponsors from today's chat. J. Cole with his "If I Had My Gym Shoes, Y'all Would Be in Trouble." Ass raps. Hell yeah. D2B2. Shout out to him. Hey man. We gotta find something for D2B2 to be able to do.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so he can be a part. Like even if he don't become a patron, because he paid for like 2 years of patron subscription. So we gotta find something that he's able to do. That we can do to where he's able to be a part of it. But
Yeah,
he said, I
man.
guess I really need to
He,
join Patreon to hear a proper J. Cole pack out from Skip. Um,
you get that all the time, really.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think depending on how the fall off go, he might get one, but he might actually save himself. So I'm reserving criticism to the fall off drop. But he's definitely a bitch though. He's definitely a bitch. And I get that from assuming that they bragging on that line being a subtle connection to shooting at Kendrick. It's a cultural divide because Cole didn't squabble. They won't endorse the culture delegate Kendrick Lamar because Cole didn't lose to them. We supposed to show hip hop solidarity in front of these white people on a Super Bowl run. Yeah, I agree. But they too stuck on the super fandom and continuing to find ways to elevate the person that they're a fan of over hip hop itself. And that's what we was talking about earlier. Shout out to Miss Peachy Peaches. Verse 2 starts at bass and trunk. Cole bullet. Cole extended his hand to Drake. Kendrick threw Drake in the pan, cooked and served him to the billionaires, etc. I like
Okay.
that theory, Miss Peachy. I like
Mm-hmm.
that. But if we saying that, Cole kind of genius, but Cole don't rap deep like that.
Mm-mm.
That's Kendrick level breakdown. I don't think Cole rap like that. Cole ain't never showed me triple layer meanings in his raps. It's always right here. It's always in my hand. Like you know how when you reach your hand in the bag, like Cole, like it's always gonna be fries in your hand when you reach in the bag with him. Always. Well, no. He the like his fries are in the like McDonald's bag.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick fries deep in the brown bag. Like every time you go back in the bag, you pull some more fries out.
Mm-hmm.
Once that little bag is gone with J. Cole, it ain't no more fries. So I don't think he rapping that deep. Now, don't get me wrong, cause us examining all the Kendrick shit got us looking at lyrics like that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't J. Cole the benefit of the doubt of being that level of intricate.
Yeah.
Exactly, Dre, Five Guys type shit. Like it's gonna be fries in that bag for 6 days.
So yeah,
Dang.
that's why I'm trying not to be like everything is a diss, everything is a shot. I'm not trying to be like that, even though it's ways that you can twist it and make it seem like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not giving credit to everything like it's a shot. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know the shot when you hear it. At the end of the day, when we heard like that for the first time, we didn't have to know who the fuck he was talking about. He didn't say their name not once in that song, but you
Yeah.
knew who the fuck he was talking about.
Hmm.
So like that's what you mean by a direct shot. Like we don't have to always think everything is a diss, everything is a shot. I don't want to do that. But when you do look at things deeper, you know, saying with a different lens, you know, especially in hindsight, and that's one thing that's really starting to piss me off about Cole in particular. Like looking back on his career and in certain situations, like you done blew my mind with the whole Yay. Like he's saying that with no direct shot at Yay. That I'm still stuck on that shit. I'm just being honest because I ain't gonna lie to you because that was at the point in time where I was pissed off at Kanye. I ain't gonna lie to you, he was getting on my damn nerves. And a lot of shit he was saying in the song, it wasn't like he was lying. A lot of
Yeah.
shit he was saying in that song was facts. If you really apply it to Kanye's career, it was facts.
But
And
he
now
not
you say,
he not
but
willing to
but
stand up.
yeah, you don't want to stand on it now. Like, all right, bro. All right,
Use a bitch.
use a bitch, bro.
Where's Geechee got it when you need him? Shout out to Aaron Crowder. Cole only punched down to lower tier rappers, and Drake only punched down at women. Facts on facts. You got a
Oh
bitch,
damn, hell
yes,
yeah.
bitch in them. Let me see. Let me see. Um, uh, what she say? Somebody just came in. Peachy Keish, I am so very sorry. This episode is almost over. We've been going for about 2 hours. We got about 9 minutes left before we end it. So let me make sure we got any super
Yeah,
chats.
cause honestly, I wasn't even expecting this live to be this long. To be
Yeah,
honest, I
because
thought
at
we were gonna
first,
get.
like I ain't gonna lie, when I saw it's like 37 people,
Well, I mean,
I was
not
like,
even
I don't know.
that. Just with what we was gonna talk about, I thought we can
Yeah,
get that in and out in like an hour. But I wouldn't
I
expect to
knew
be here this long.
I knew we was gonna end up smoking cold. I just didn't know it was gonna last that. Like you said, I thought maybe my goal was an hour 30, but I know we probably never do an hour 30 minute live unless somebody got a hard out or something. But shout out
Yeah.
to K Way. Peace, fellas. I got a nerd question. What happened to hip hop R&B groups? We went from groups to cliques to literally nothing but individuals. It's weird. I think because the record labels deprioritize groups
Hmm.
because they always because what one thing I noticed with groups is I think they always like insert the label always finds a way to get the group to break up and get the best act to go solo because I
Yeah.
think at that point it's less people to manage. And by grabbing the star, you can push the star farther than the group. I don't think Destiny's Child would have ever been as big as Beyonce. I don't think New Edition would have ever been as big as Bobby Brown, Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, like so on and so forth. I think they always kind of do that and then pull the cream, quote unquote, from the crop. They always do that. And I just think now with that, I think they realize now that they just not even prioritizing like long-term investments in talent for real. So they
Yeah.
definitely not looking to grab no groups because I think they fucked up so much with groups in the 2000s and 2010s that they probably just turned off of the concept of a group.
And then
It's got egos now.
and also too, I think with basically the camera, like basically the record labels in the industry just kind of falling under like a monopoly in a sense. With basically back then growing up, you had multiple big labels that was out that was vying for the number one spot that was competing with other labels. So they was looking for the next big thing, the next act. So they was looking for groups, they looking for solo art, they looking for whatever. But now that everything has been consolidated into basically three majors at this point, you got UMG, Warner, and I think Sony is the big three now, and everything is under those umbrellas. Everybody is it's the same. Like everybody working under the same damn label. So what's the point in trying to diversify talent if I have all the talent already? You know what I'm saying? So that I think that kind of plays a big part in it. On top of the streaming game, that the streaming era like that, even though it's good as far as the accessibility of music, but it
Mm-hmm.
definitely changed as far as the business aspect of it, everything when it came to streaming versus physical album sales, actual press runs, artist development, all that shit changed with streaming. So I think that along with the labels just being consolidated into the big three now, is what kind of killed that narrative. Well, not that narrative, but that focus on trying to find like big groups and things like that. So
Yeah, and it's they just not focused on music, and you can't rush a group
yeah, you have to
like how
build
they
them
just
up.
because yeah, just they not invested in long term assets no more.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I think Dre said the Migos was last of the Mohicans, and look what happened to them. Pride and Ego fucked that group up.
Yep.
They had a chance to be an all time group, and Pride and Ego fucked them up, and then they dropped out. And then they split up and tried to do their own thing.
Rest
Some
in peace,
Steven
Takeoff.
shout out to him. He said that's why Coast Contra is so special. Man, bro, we gotta do.
Yeah, man. We've been saying we gonna do the reaction, bro. I still ain't heard it yet.
I think that we might do it Sunday. Y'all just gonna be mad because the video not gonna be on it. But
Mm.
at the end of the day, I feel like the visuals should take a backseat to the music. So we'll do it, but to maintain the quality of what we do, y'all just won't get the video. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, let me see. We got 5 minutes. Let me see. Give us some topics real quick. And we'll discuss like some little quick topics to discuss before we get out. I think we had a super chat. Let me see. Yeah. Shout out to Habitual Line Stepper for the super chat. The party is dying, and all three artists know it. Aubrey is moving to gambling. Cole is sweating over AI because that's that's the only cause he can pretend to care. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar wants it to die and is trying to build an army. Mustard. I think also a thing that struck me going back through the Cole verse, I think he knows about those things only enough to bring up,
Hmm.
not to discuss. But when you talk to people who don't know shit, you seem smart if you can bring shit up.
Even when he did the Yachty interview, Yachty was calling him out on a lot of shit, bro. And he can't even really get through it without backtracking and what I'm saying, sidestepping a lot of the shit that he done said. I'm like, bro, if you let Yachty break you down, like you can't really compete with a lot of the people that you say you're ahead of. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
So Yachty was calling him out, bro. If you go
I
back
have
and watch this shit.
I watch it. Aaron Crowder, Skip, you watched the halftime back yet?
Oh yeah, we
Man,
didn't.
I got a 2-year-old daughter who loves that shit. Like GNX is like the first rap album that she ever listened to. So like we be on Kendrick all the time. I've watched it 3 times today. I watched the pop out today at work. And we had to watch it. I watched it like 15, 16 times, getting ready for the Super Bowl breakdown that we put out yesterday. So yeah, I've watched it a shit ton of times to be honest.
Yeah,
I
and
count on.
And Crowder, he got another comment. He said, mind you, he dissed Yachty before and wouldn't admit to it. Exactly. That's shit I'm talking about. Like Yachty literally called him out in that interview, and he talking like, oh, I didn't remember, or I don't know if I really meant it like that, or I was thinking like this. And nigga, no, you dissed Yachty, bro. Stand on it. He calling you out as a man to your face, and you won't even admit to it, bro. Like that's some fuck shit. Like I know what you said, bro. Like, so I'm trying to check you on like, what's up? Like, we in a better place now. So I feel so yeah, I can call you. Like, well, we can talk about it now. So what happened with that? And you won't even admit that you actually said that shit. It's fucked
Hmm.
up.
Stella said, DJ, what you know about JoJo's?
Man, listen to me. Okay. Shout out to you, Stella. Okay. I love JoJo's. Okay. I got 3 posters on my wall over here. You can't see them, but I love JoJo's. And my sister is who really got me into it. At first, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was goofy as hell. It's very flamboyant. When I actually watched it and I actually broke down like um they they power system and how they do their fights and things like that, it's actually very interesting. Like when you look at it, because they incorporate like real world elements into how they fight versus big kamehamehas or big blasts or I just punch you real hard. Like no, like they actually using temperature and how to freeze water to a point to win a fight like that. Like they actually combining elements from the periodic table to make a certain reaction happen to make them win. Like they doing that kind of shit. So I like that. So I get it. But yeah, I love JoJo. So
What the hell are y'all talking about?
Skip is a super fan. I don't know what he mean that they mean by that, but okay.
Oh, I guess they talking about the Kendrick shit, and I'm passing it down to my kids. I guess.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I we didn't
You
expect her to like that.
like you can't force
That
what's
just
organic.
yeah, that just happened. Like
You can't force what's organic, bro.
because I think well, my son he's about to be 6. I think the first Kendrick thing that he saw was the Hard Part 5, the music video, and he liked it. I think he was more so caught up in it because the backdrop was red. Because he always kept saying he wanted to watch the Red movie. Um, but shit, my daughter, she just like it. She liked the energy. Like, I think the first rap song she heard was Euphoria. And I think she just liked the timing that Kendrick on. Like,
Mhm.
cause she kind of act like that in real life. Like you done seen a DJ, like she's
Oh yeah.
rambunctious.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know how
just think,
Easy is. Easy
yeah,
is an entertainer, bro.
yeah. So I think that energy that Kendrick giving off, I just think that help her like that's her natural state. Like she might walk up and slap your ass and then give you a hug.
Mhm.
Like if I didn't know better, I would think she was a Gemini, but she's definitely not. But yeah, let me see. Shout out to everybody. Jones, my children love old school music. I think somebody said check out Squabble Up Kids. Okay, I'm gonna remember to do that.
Squabble of
Uh,
kids.
Night Night said when J. Cole, aka J. Fold, made 7 minute mid song, J. Cole really truly felt that way about King Kendrick. I think so too, man. I think he
Yeah.
jealous. Um,
He absolutely felt like that shit. That's
yeah,
why he was so upset that people didn't like 7 Minute Drill, or rather, they didn't say they didn't like it. They just thought it was light. It wasn't enough to respond. Like it was light. So I mean, it was a decent attempt. It was just light. And he can't take the fact that people was calling his deepest, darkest feelings light because he know he can go no deeper than that. Just like Drake. Drake had nothing to say to Kendrick, so all he had to do was resort to short bars because he had nothing else of substance to say to Kendrick. And I think J. Cole was the same way. It's just all jealousy and envy. So yeah, they're not gonna really be able to express themselves how they really want to because they just so blinded by the jealousy.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Dre. We gonna I it's just the timing of it all. So I don't know if we'll have time to actually film like a reaction to it, but we'll probably we'll listen to the album separately and maybe we'll put it on Patreon like a little 5 to 10 minute uh impression of the project. So we got you. We just haven't got around to it yet. We trying to do a lot of shit at one time, but we definitely gonna get to it. We definitely gonna get to it.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit going on right now.
A shit ton. So we didn't forget about you. We just trying to do a lot of shit right now. One more quick hitter topic and then we out of here. So somebody give me something good on the way out. Him and Doecii being TDE, next generation, next Choco. Pretty sure Black Killer got something. Let me see. Black Killer, give us a topic on the way out. I've been seeing you've been saying a lot that we hadn't had a chance to really get to, but I have been seeing some of your comments. Okay, we'll do this one. It's sad, but it's the truth. Eggs still $8.
Mhm.
Friday and DJ Head. Um, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to fill me in. We'll have to talk about that next time.
Mhm.
Rome Holman. Who is that?
I don't know.
If hold on. If it's something crazy, we'll have to do it next time. I'm looking it up. Oh, this it's an artist, I think. Oh, okay. So he made a song dissing Joey Badass. Man, he is drowning in diss songs, bro. He is drowning in diss songs. Oh yeah,
That
that's
nigga.
what I talked about on the way out. Shout out to Miss Peachy Peaches. Kendrick's old stuff being checked out from so many different people. Numbers up. But real quick, we heard this song from J. Cole that he just put out. titled
Mhm.
Clouds, right? Where he's basically talking about dystopian, like a grim dystopian future. Kendrick did this way better a decade ago. What I need y'all to do for the people who haven't heard it, or the people who just want to hear it again, go listen to the first track, the intro to Untitled Unmastered, and tell me who encapsulated the feeling of the world better. J. Cole with Clouds or Kendrick with Untitled, uh Untitled '01, the intro to Untitled Unmastered. And y'all let me know the next time we come on live. Cause I personally feel like Kendrick did a 15 times better job in encapsulating the feeling, but I want y'all to listen back and tell me. Um, I mean, of course we already know. I just want to hear it. But it'll be like everybody going back and listening to it. Listen to Prayer. Absolutely. I feel like that's one of Kendrick Lamar's best songs. I think it probably didn't come out because of course it didn't fit Mr. Morale, but I don't know if he still feels the same way about separating art from artists. So I think that's probably why it didn't come out. You got anything before we get out of here?
No,
Yeah.
no, this been eventful. I will say that.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Ash. She's a member. She said Kendrick made you feel like the world was collapsing. Exactly. And yeah, yeah. Feel from Damn. Absolutely. Absolutely. These songs
mm,
that J. Cole shit did not hit. It sounded good, but it did not hit. I probably yeah. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel is one of the ones, bro.
that's another one of the great. That's another one of the songs was like, yeah, I see why you a Pulitzer Prize winning artist, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But thank y'all for tuning in. Real quick before I let y'all go, make sure everybody in the chat on the way out hits the like button so we can push this out to the algorithm, and so people who aren't familiar with our channel can get familiar. Um, make sure y'all hit the like button. If you feel so inclined, hit the share and go over to the comment section on the way out and leave a comment, even if it just say good show. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into another live stream from the Cypher. I am Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And until next time, man, we out of here. Peace and y'all stay safe.